my thing, dog. I just win my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Running my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Running my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they don't know.
Setting Dylan Gabriel up.
Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just win my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Running my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Running my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they don't know. Look at what I did, look at what I started. Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just win my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Running my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Running my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they don't know.
Setting Dylan Gabriel up.
Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just win my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Running my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Running my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they don't know. Look at what I did, look at what I started. Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just win my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Running my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Running my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they don't know.
Setting Dylan Gabriel up.
Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just win my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Running my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Running my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they don't know. Look at what I did, look at what I started. Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just win my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Running my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Running my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they don't know.
Setting Dylan Gabriel up.
Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just win my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Running my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Running my check, I ran on my bag.
Good morning, everyone. Let's see if we having some issues with sound today. So let's get a quick sound check in. Let's figure out what's going on to start the day. Let's see what's going on. All right, y'all can't hear me. All right, let's figure this thing out. Let's see. All right, we good now? Let's make sure when I play something, sound comes through. Man, I'm trying to check my sound and we got an ad coming on my stuff. Okay. Here we go. All right, let's see. Shout out to y'all saying we good now. Make sure we got no delay. All right, we good. There we go. All right, there we go. Man, I don't know what was going on with that. All right, let's see. Okay, we got sound there. All right. I think we good. We should be straight. How is everybody doing today on this Wednesday? How's everybody doing? Hopefully y'all are feeling good. One step closer to football, y'all. One step closer to actual live games. One step closer. Every day we make it another day. We got a great show for y'all lined up today. Of course, we got some motivation. Shout out to Brent for sending me motivation on X. We're going to play that. We got Ohio State's running back coach. We're going to play some motivation about if he's willing to be your friend or not. So we're going to play that. We got comment creeping. We got Bill Simmons clapping back at Yahoo Sports for them taking one line of his entire podcast and naming an article after it, which is kind of crazy. Then we got access denied. Shout out to Press Room Breakdown. We got Press Room Breakdown asking a question, who really has the power? So I believe that's really good. After Press Room Breakdown, we are going to listen to about 30 seconds of 92.3 The Fan and a conversation they had yesterday, proving Press Room Breakdown's point of who has the power and how we should handle it moving forward. After that, we got Tales from the Tape. We're going to show y'all one of John Gruden's favorite running plays, and I just want y'all to see the level of detail that goes into a running play, because it'll just kind of highlight what we haven't seen the last couple years. We got Statman. Yeah, that's you. We got Statman today. We're going to play a game, better or worse, 2025 versus 2026. We're going to make some predictions as a group. I think that's going to be fun. Then at 12 noon, we have player availability today. So we're going to see what players are actually speaking to the media. We got Todd Monken, the Todd Father, at 12:50. So we have a jam-packed show today. Hopefully y'all are ready for it. Let's get this thing started right. Let's go to the top and let's greet everybody as they come in. Let's go. Who we got first in the box? LaBean James. That's a crazy name. LaBean James. What's going on? Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning, Craig. Good morning, D in chat. Hope all is well. At the airport, about to head to Vegas for some relaxation and fun. Shout out to you. Hey, you should have let me know. Good book a flight. Vegas is fun though, man. I really like the Venetian Hotel. That's my spot. I just like the look of it and everything. So enjoy yourself out there. Definitely have some fun. Reset, recharge. For the second. Let's see the fourth quarter, going into the third to fourth quarter of the year. So enjoy yourself, Craig. Cedric, what's going on? Yo, good morning, good people. Cedric, what's going on, man? How you feeling today? Let's see. Today we got, let's go here.
Cole, you stupid.
Mofo, what's going on? Good morning, football fan. Mofo, what's going on? Welcome in. Black Pearl, what's going on? We missed you on Monday. Welcome back. Top of the morning, everyone. Happy hump day. What's going on, Black Pearl? Welcome back. Welcome back.
What's up? What's up? What up?
Who we got next? Prentice Premier, what's going on? What's going on, Prentice Premier? Welcome back. I see you doing your thing, man. Keep working, keep grinding. Keep putting up numbers, man. Keep putting up numbers. Are we ready for some football? Man, oh man. This is the time. What a time to be alive. This is a great time of year. Shout out to you, Prentice Premier. Keep doing your thing. We appreciate you. Tool Man, what's going on? Tool Man, I got to learn how to greet you in Portuguese. I remember watching the video, but I don't want to mess it up, so that's why I didn't say it the other day. I believe it's Oi, but I don't want to mess it up. I was looking at it. That was one of my notes that I wrote like a long time ago, like learn how to greet Tool Man in Portuguese. I'm going to work on it, though. I'm going to work on it. L. White, what's going on? What's going on, L. White? Welcome in. Been a minute, had to jump in and show you some love. I appreciate that, Prentice Premier. I appreciate that. Shout out to you. CO7111, good morning, all. Happy Wednesday. CO7111, good morning. Good morning. All right, we got the sound straight, so shout out to y'all for letting me know about that. Shout out to y'all. Tool Man, hey fam, 2 more weeks. We'll be talking preseason. Can't wait. Can't wait. I might have to get that Bart Scott clip. What's going on, Priya? Good morning. Welcome in. Yes, that is correct. I forgot. We got that on the docket, too. We locked Denzel Ward in for another 2 years, making him the highest paid cornerback in the NFL on a per-year basis for the second time in his career. The second time. My Ty, good morning. D and Chat family. My Ty, what's going on? Welcome in. Yahoo Sports did the same thing with that Jerry Jeudy thing Sunday. One player became multiple players, wanted to shine a star. Just nasty work. Nasty work. They got to do better, man. They got to do better. Remember I told y'all it's always a villain? It is always a villain. Media has been anybody but Shador for months. They're finally admitting fans and public want Shador as a viable future. They're admitting that we want that, but they're still not ready to admit that. We're going to see that later when we get to access denied. Buenos dias, D in chat. Brent, what's going on? Shout out to you. And Brent, hey, I'm using that motivation that you sent me, so I appreciate you. Let me see. Here we go.
Can I pet that dog?
No, he's
Can I
sleeping.
pet that dog?
Can I pet that dog? What's going on, Brent? Did Bentonio throw support to Shador? I saw a few headlines, but still feel sus about him. I started listening to Joe Bentonio when he was on the radio, and I cannot take a lot of what they do. At the beginning, they were talking about Joe Thomas and losing weight and J.C. Treader and this, and are you going to be the next one? And I was like, man, I'm 6 minutes in, and we haven't really got to football. They're asking him if he's going to be at camp, what he's going to be doing. I was like, I can't listen to this no more. So I don't know. I couldn't make it through to listen to see if it was worth any information. I couldn't. I just turned it off. So yeah, I fumbled that. My bad. Can you comment on the 10 practices in 11 days? They got to ramp it up. They got to be in shape. I'm pretty sure Todd Monken is going to have a gauge of how guys are feeling, and if anything happens, I think they'll take precautions. So I think it sounds grueling, but I think they'll be fine. They're professionals, especially if they're in shape. Now, if you are showing up not in shape, then you can be messed up. You can be messed up. Portuguese, let's start. Simple greetings. Oh, there you go. Yes. Thank you, too, man. It's bum dia. Good day. Is it bum tarde? Good afternoon. Bum nuit. Good night. Yeah, shout out to you. What did I see that was Oi? It was like OLE, I think, but it sounded different. I was watching something. I be going down these rabbit holes, man. Down these rabbit holes of different things trying to learn. So Shout out to you too, man. Shout out to you. From the clip I heard, he was in support of Watson starting, which came at no surprise. He was an op. Yeah, I didn't even get to the part where he even was talking about this year because I was like, what is this? What is this? What's going on, Phaedra? Welcome in. Welcome in, Phaedra. What's going on? Bum Dia. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna remember that. Bum Dia. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Where we at? I kind of thought Antonio gave some kind of backhanded compliment as well. Yeah, I didn't even get that far. I didn't even get that far. Where we at? Awesome. Carlos Locklyn is the man, and he's yoked like a bodybuilder. Yeah, I saw that, and I said, man, I gotta play it. D is also to a G sound, so it sounds like Bomb Gia. Ah, there you go. Hey, y'all didn't know y'all was gonna tune in today, and y'all was gonna learn some Portuguese. Bomb Gia. Ah, gotcha. I like that. Shout out to you. Let's see. Do you think old school camp will create injury concerns with 10 and 11 days? I think it could be bonding experience and need to jail all these new players in their units. Yeah, I think these guys are so young. I think they'll be fine. I think the ones who, like I said, the ones who are not in shape, they are going to be the ones who struggle. But if you're in shape, the NFL limits how long you can be on the practice field. And I believe the first 4 days is certain stuff that they can't do because of the CBA. So I think they're going to be fine. Injuries are part of the game. It's not something you can avoid. I don't want to see anybody get injured, but it's part of the risk. It's part of the risk. And this everything is going to be a good bonding experience for them because they're so young and so excited to be in the moment when you're young. So I think everything will be a bonding experience. Oi is hello. Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I saw. I saw some. They were saying oi. Good morning, everyone. Great day to be off. Ready for this live. Appreciate you being here, Phaedra. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, I clicked on the clip and the glazing was too much. I only admit it. Yeah, I could have listened to it. He was the ones feeding Jason the negative stuff about Shador. Stink Nasty is his guy. Zedric said, I listened to it. I think a lot of people just taking the easy way out when discussing the comp. It's easier for them to say Deshaun's a vet, so he'll be better to start off. Yeah, that's kind of like when they were saying because of money. When they were saying, oh, because of money, I was just like, okay. I was like, okay, here we go. I agree he didn't play well for Shador either, in my opinion. He was not good last year overall for the whole season. I'm also wondering if grueling schedule will weed out Watson if he already shows signs of camp arm. It has the potential to. It has the potential to because it seems like the injury that is lingering the most for Deshaun is the shoulder. So that's the one that he's gonna be worried about. He's gonna be concerned about. But I want Deshaun and Shador to go through the full thing with no outside forces being the reason why one of them wins. I want us to just be straight on the football field. It would be a bummer if Deshaun got injured or something during this, which that is part of it. But I want to see them go through it together, and whoever the best man is, they win fair and square. So then we can, after that, put it to bed that it was a competition. You could just say, hey, this person won, competition over. Expect Monkeys to push these guys to the limit, and some rosters possibly be selected by injury. Who can stay healthy through this initial phase? Yeah, definitely injury is going to be a part of it. Amber, what's going on? Welcome in. Glad to have you. New subscriber. I appreciate you. Shador has to earn it, but Deshaun can have it handed to him because he's the vet. They don't want to be wrong. Man, oh man, dropping a bar right there. That's so true. Threw it down to 007. Yeah. The tight window passes. I remember, I'm not going to go into this a long time, but I'm just going to call him Lloyd. I remember, Lloyd is going to be I don't want to call him Lloyd. Let's just call him JS. No, JL. JL said, "Oh, Shador only throws the guys that are wide open." I'm like, man, he don't know what a tight window pass is then, because he does more than that. Way more than that. All right, y'all, let's get this thing rocking and rolling. Let's get some motivation going. Let me see where we at. We should have it here. I'll be surprised if Deshaun makes it through contact or game 2 preseason. Man, I do not want him to get injured. I'm just saying, if his age and injury history causes consistency issues, durability is a factor in QB quality. Need a whole season with a new roster. Oh, I 1000% agree with you there, Priya. Yes, definitely agree with you. There. Just because a person, when they have an injury history, it is one of those situations where you kind of got to be looking for it could happen again, because history repeats itself in many cases. So I get what you're saying. I get you. He threw a couple tight window passes in Carolina preseason game last year. He did. I was highlighting with PFF. I don't think I'm going to renew PFF this year. I'm going to go with some different fantasy data points. They have more detailed stats, and they clearly break down exactly how they got the stats, what the stats means, a little bit better than PFF. PFF, I had it last year, but it was just kind of like we used it here and there, but it just wasn't as detailed enough for me. Wasn't detailed enough. All right, let's get this thing rocking and rolling. Let's get the motivation going. All right, let's get this down and let's get this up. Here we go. We got motivation.
It's a mindset. The harder you are, I don't even say nothing in the game. It's a mindset. No, they didn't come here for me to be nice to them. I told them, I ain't your best friend. I'm not trying to be your best friend. If you want to be my friend, guess how you be my friend? Make plays. Do your job. We can be best friends all day then. You told me you wanted to become the best running back. You want to be developed. Well, guess what that takes? That takes me having tough love sometimes. That takes me have to get at you sometimes. I'm not going to cheat you, because I damn sure I'm going to cheat myself. I'm going to go at you. So that's where that comes from. So I can't demonstrate it. It ain't like it's an act. It's just when I'm out there on the field, I am going at my kids.
Have you ever done anything, said anything to somebody and thought, maybe I went a little too much there or not?
Nah. Because if it came out my mouth, guess what? I meant it. Now, I don't cuss my kids. They'll tell you that. I get 2 words. I ask God for 2 words. I don't cuss at my kids. I ask for 2 words. One of them, I might hear damn every now and then. I apologize. I ask God, please let me keep that one. Now, forgive me. And the other one, they know when I get upset, they hear the word boy. I'm country. It'll come out my mouth. But other than that, I respect my kids. I love them. You never see them talk back to me. They just say, yes, sir. That's a sign of respect and love. They know I care about them. So, but I love coaching, man. Love pointing to these kids.
For a situation like
it's a mindset.
The harder you are,
This was so good. Shout out to Brent for sending this to me. I didn't even hold back on waiting to use it. I use it the next day. This was really good. He hit so many points in a minute and a half. This is a mindset. Y'all know, man, how I feel about mindset. Your mindset have to be right. You have to have belief in yourself. You have to have discipline. You got to show up and put in the work. So I agree with those things. You want to be friends? Show up and produce. Ball out. We could be friends. I like it. He also explained this is tough love. Sometimes we need tough love, especially in coaching. Coaching is not always going to be sunshine and rainbows. It's going to be times where it's going to be tough. You got to tell people exactly what it is, and they have to understand the point that you are making. You got to make it clear. So I like this a lot. Like it a lot. Then he said, look, it's a respect there. I'm not going to cuss my kids. To use his words. And he said he asked the Lord to keep that one word. And he said he's country. So you might hear a boy, but he's like, that's his countryside. So these are the type of coaches that I believe get the best out of players. They get so much out of guys because the way they approach them. They get so much out of them. So much out of them. I love coaching. I love pouring into these kids. Man, when you love what you do, you can do it every day. You can do it for free. You can do it when you're tired, happy, sad, because you love what you do. And he loves what he's doing. Shout out to Brent. This is really good. This is one of those ones I'm definitely going to keep. Might bring it back later on. In sometime during the season. I can see this being relevant. Was the Larvadan drop in the Carolina game could have changed so many narratives? Kevin did not help with that obvious mismatch. That was the Baltimore game. That was the second half of the Baltimore game. Shador's first time playing. That was second half of Baltimore towards the end of the game. Everybody called out that he had Jerry Jeudy. But that's how it goes. Like, when you get one-on-one and you believe in the guy that you're throwing the ball to, you give him a chance. And that's what Shador did. When the pass hits you in between shoulder pads, drops to your stomach into the defender's hands, I'm going to say what a difference a year makes with Boston and Bond on the team this year. That and the one in the Ravens game. Yes. Let's see. Show him that Jeudy drop in the end zone for a tight window. Man, that was a crazy pass that Jeudy dropped. I think Boston will be Shador's Travis Hunter. They have potential to surprise people. I agree with that. Also, remember in the Pro Bowl, Shador just kept finding Nico Collins and kept targeting Nico Collins. And I was like, hey, we got to get Shador and Nico Collins. I remember Zedrick was like, let's just go get Nico Collins. And I was just thinking like, man, Houston not giving up Nico. They're not giving him up. But we need that big receiver that uses his frame, that comes back to the ball, catches the ball away from his body. So we have that now. We have that. What we got next? Let's go. Let's go Denzel Ward. If Boston was in the Ravens game, that's a TD. Oh, yeah, easy. Let's go Denzel Ward, y'all. So here we go. The Cleveland media started to try, not just the Cleveland media, a lot of people in the media started to trade Denzel Ward before anything happened. They saw the Myles Garrett trade, and they said, well, Denzel Ward next. He's going to get traded. We're getting him out of here. Oh, one of the differences is you got to look at the person you're talking about. So a lot of people don't know this. Denzel Ward is from the Cleveland area. Actually, he's from like a suburb right outside of Cleveland. So really close to Cleveland. That's where he grew up. That's where his family lives. And he went to Ohio State, so he stayed in Ohio, and he's playing with the Browns. So I know that people just want to trade off the good players because they think, it's going to be a teardown, and they have this underlining hope that the Browns tear everything down the studs and go draft a quarterback of the future in 2027. Well, it's not happening. It's not happening, and he wants to be here. So, unfortunately, the people who fed into it, the people who spent a lot of time on it, they just got egg on their face today. Some people as late as yesterday were saying he was going to get traded. So, it's not that. It is not that. It's not that. So he got two additional years added on to his contract, which gives him $52.3 million guaranteed to make him the highest paid DB in NFL history for the second time in his career. So shout out to them. What we got next on the docket? What we got? All right, we got access denied. Bucky Gordy, what's going on? Or Buck Gordy, I'm sorry, I always mess that up. I want to call you Bucky, my bad. Buck Gordy, what's going on? Yeah, we're gonna get to that. We got that coming up next. It's ridiculous. That's the only thing I can say. It is ridiculous what they are saying. We actually got that coming up next. Shout out to you and welcome in. Let's go.
All access denied to the click. You were not invited. Who you think you with? This party is private. You look like a fraud. Squad got the sauce. You the type that we would dodge.
All right, let's go, y'all. We got our next segment, access denied. Shout out to Press Room Breakdown. He does really good work over there. this is a really great question. Y'all see the question on the screen. Who really has the power? Who really has the power? So this video is doing pretty well for President Breakdown as well. What if Shedeur Sanders fans have more power than the media? That is his question. Let's listen to it. Let's break it down.
What if Shedeur Sanders supporters have more power than they realize? Not power over football, not power over the Browns, power over something else entirely, the power of attention. After my last video, I came across a comment from one of you that caught my attention. It said, if people stop reposting these stories and giving them attention, eventually they'd stop making them. I've been thinking about attention and incentives for a while now, but seeing one of you make that connection told me it was time for us to have this conversation. We spend a lot of time talking about the media. The media keeps doing this. The media keeps talking about Shedeur. Maybe, but I think we ignore the other half of the equation, the audience. Every click tells a platform something. Every share tells an algorithm something. Every minute we spend watching teaches these systems what we want to see more of. Whether we realize it or not, we're constantly voting, not with ballots, but with attention. Think about what supporters already do. They vote players into the Pro Bowl, they buy jerseys, they fill stadiums, they make documentaries trend. Everyone understands fans have economic influence. So why don't we think the same thing applies to media? Here's what fascinates me. A controversial comment gets made. Fans rush in to defend or criticize it. Engagement spikes. Platforms recognize the interest. Then more people make videos, write articles, and post reactions because that's where the attention is. The conversation keeps feeding itself. Here's the part I struggle with. People will say they're tired of negative coverage, then spend hours watching it, sharing it, and arguing about it. If attention is the product, then even outrage can become part of the demand. Let me be clear because this part matters. I'm not saying people shouldn't criticize Shedeur Sanders. Criticism is part of sports. People should be free to express their opinions. The question isn't whether criticism should exist. The question is what we choose to reward with our attention. Imagine if supporters redirected that energy. Instead of trying to win every argument online, they spent that time watching games, studying film, supporting thoughtful analysis, buying the jersey.
Let me pause him here because I totally agree with this. When I started live streaming on YouTube, one of the things I thought was if you expose people's lack of understanding, lack of journalistic integrity, and their inability to break down the game, I thought if I highlighted those things, people would say, you know what? Let me stop watching these people because I can't get value from them. That's what I thought. Now, just fast forward a whole year. What I've realized is the more you highlight the people who lack understanding, the more you send people to them and hype them up. So I'll give you all an example. I've been a Browns fan my whole life. Before social media was big and now. When I lived in Cleveland, and I lived in Cleveland until I was 30 years old, I never talked about Mary Kay. I never talked about Tony Grossi. I never talked about the people in the media. We didn't have those conversations. And to let y'all know what we did for Browns games as a family, we all got together at my parents' house. My mom would cook a special dish with a theme to it, and we would never talk about these people. We would never talk about them. When I started to cover the Browns online, I started to see people use them as like a reference point and use them as people who knew what was going on. And like, these people don't know. They don't even talk to people in Cleveland. They don't talk to the people or anything. So I was like, what are we doing? What are we doing? So shout out to Miss K for the Uncle Alert. I appreciate you. So I got to a point earlier this year where I was like, I'm not going to say these people's names. I'm going to give descriptions of what they do, and then we're going to keep it moving forward. And I've noticed that some other people are getting to that point. Pressure and Breakdown is at that point. Why give them attention? The incentive for what they do is attention. That was part of the reason why I started calling them content creators, because usually people really understand when you say a content creator is clickbaiting, people get it right away. So I was like, they're clickbaiting as well, even if they have a different title. So that was built into me calling them content creators. But I believe protect yourself, protect your peace. And once you realize these people don't know what they're talking about, there's no point in even covering them. These people are not changing. Look at what happened this summer. Look at what happened last summer. Are they any different than they were a year ago after all of this accountability? No, they are no different. Go down the list, find the name that you want that's in the Cleveland media, and find the one that actually does things different. Find the one in national media that does things different. They are no different. So when people believe that they're getting accountability, they are not getting accountability. They are actually promoting these people and marketing these people to more people. So I'm all right there with Pressure and Breakdown. Shout out to him. Keep doing your thing. This was really good direction, and I like it. I support it. Y'all know I rock with Pressure and Breakdown. Let's see. I'm not saying he's one of those guys, but like Favre being a gunslinger, they remember the W. As if Baker would ever come back. Yeah, I don't think Baker will come back. We got that actually on the very next video. I don't think Baker will come back. Baker has the same questions he had 4 or 5 years ago in Cleveland. So if he hasn't answered those questions, why would you bring him back? We do, and that's why media tries to vilify and delegitimize his fans as crazy or cult. They have never had pushback on the narratives. They never had pushback on the narratives, but at this point, we've pushed back on them consistently for over a year. Their narratives haven't stopped. So then at what point do you say, and are we getting the results that we're looking for? Versus if you take the attention away. It's an attention economy, and Shador is engaging. His fans base keep growing. I agree with that. I heard they're trying to sign Baker Mayfield. Is this true? This is not true. This is something that the Cleveland media floated out there as an idea. That's what the Cleveland media did. Browns knows Baker's ceiling like Tampa does. He's not going to win you a championship, but he can't get you to the playoffs. He can't stay healthy 17 games to be competitive the last quarter of the season. Oh, is that the D tackle? But Gordy, is that the D tackle? I think that's the D tackle that's back. That's gonna help y'all a lot. That's gonna help y'all a lot. If I remember correctly who that is. I don't see Baker coming back to deal with Tony, Grossi, and the gang. I don't see it either. If Shador fans base wasn't so big, strong, and active, who knows how Shador's situation would have turned out. I don't know. That has a lot of levels to it. There's a lot of levels to it. I think it did have an impact on certain people in the media for them to actually look at things differently. I think it did get to a point where they started to second guess coming out their neck crazy. Yeah, I would agree with you. I would agree with you there, Black Pearl. Media said nobody wants to come to the Browns because of the QB in the roster. They don't realize media and Stefanski culture was a huge negative factor. I agree. And it was even before that. It was times where when the Browns were 1-31 in 2 years, people didn't want to come to the Browns because they didn't portray a team that was trying to win. Exactly. I do think them highlighting Stefanski treatment, rep disparity, and roster mismanagement protected him against Stefanski and helped AB. AB seems like a pretty sharp dude. I think kind of AB saw the writing on the wall because just think he had to have the ability to just not do what Kevin Stefanski wanted and even getting Shador. Shador, we have yet to hit his ceiling. He is on the upper path. Deshaun Watson hit his ceiling, is on the downward path. He can win you a game or play well a couple games, not full season consistently anymore. Yeah, I agree with that. Nope will double and triple and quadruple down when you tell them otherwise. I agree with that. Selmo Fudd, what's going on? We got Selmo Fudd in the building. Let's see. Let's go here. Here we go.
Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Woo, woo. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Woo, woo. Here we go.
What's going on, Selmo Fudd? Good morning, D, Dog Pound, Big Dog, and we ready. We are ready. All right, Jizzle, what's going on? Good morning, chat room, Off the Record D.
I ain't looking at no feet. There ain't nobody looking at no feet.
You're looking at feet?
All right.
Yes, I'm looking at feet.
What's going on, Art Jizzle? With 2 climbing, I would give him the keys to the Browns to see how far he could take us. Let him sink or swim. I agree with that. Dr. Clyde Marshall, good morning. What's going on? How you feeling today? Welcome in. Wrong button. Welcome in. Shout out to Ken B for the jewels. Shout out to you for the 100 jewels. I appreciate you. I don't think we would have seen him last year. Yeah, kind of injuries played a part to that as well. Without fans, 17 million in merch, unlikely we see Shador. I don't know. It's hard to say. What would they say when people want to come to Cleveland because Shador is there? I agree with that. We would have witnessed him because Jimmy said we had to see both rookie QBs. Now the thing that would have changed is when we saw him. See, I agree with that. In my opinion, they didn't know how big and active his fan base was, which prompted them to move a little different because they know so many eyes are on them. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. Good morning, Miss K. I appreciate you for the Unc Alert. All right, so let's get to what Miss Pamela asked about, what Buck Gordy was talking about. This is why I believe you take the attention away. I'm not going to play a lot of this. I just got to let y'all know that is the warning. Donnie Kings, what's going on? What up, D? Been missing out on your live. Been at work. Leaving in an hour just to say hi. Keep the good work. What's going on, Donnie King? And I see you in the chat. I see you replying to comments in the chat. I appreciate you. What's going on, Donnie King? Good morning or good evening on your side. Appreciate you. Donnie King tapping in from the Netherlands. Off the Record D acting like he doesn't like his woman to keep TJE or keep the toes good. Yeah, you got to keep it. Oh yeah, definitely got to. Come on, man. you got to keep them up. You got to keep them up. I'm right there with you. All right, so this, I told y'all, we got 30 seconds. I'm not going to play a lot of this, but this is where some of the questions came from. Here we go.
It was announced through multiple Bucs reporters. He will play on his 2026 contract with the intention of becoming a free agent in 2027. And I think, I'll say, I'll do the future prediction first.
Yeah.
I think that what this means is I'd be surprised if they got through a contract at this point, an 11th hour contract, because once Baker says something like this.
Stop it. Get some help.
All right, that's all I could take. Basically, they're going to say people should be open to Baker Mayfield coming back, which I don't fully understand because Baker Mayfield had a top 5 offensive line. He had a top 5 running game. He had 2 high-end receivers when they were younger, putting up 1,000 yards. He had a young David Njoku. If he couldn't do anything with that team, he's not going to do anything with this team. They have to let it go. They have to let it go. That's all I get. I can't watch a lot of that. I can't stay there for a long time. They have to let it go. The ship has sailed. They always want that old thing back because it's familiar. They got to let it go. It's a reason why you broke up the first time. You go get back with that person, and then you realize why you broke up the first time. What's the song? Let It Go. Let It Go from that little cartoon kids movie. They got to let it go, man. They got to let it go. What's going on, Maya? What's going on? They got to let it go. They have to let it go. That's about it. That's all I could take from them. That's all I could take. I'd rather watch through independent creators who give immediate context and not give them more views. I understand it, but it kind of works in the reverse. Just based on what I've seen in the last year, it just makes them larger than life. It makes them larger than life. like I said, just being a Cleveland Browns fan my whole life, nobody ever really spoke about them, especially not to the degree that they're known now. And it just made them kind of more well known. So they got to let it go. With Shador in the driver's seat, either he makes a big boom like Cameron Burrows or ends up like Alex Smith, disappointing journeyman. It's all in front of him as long as he gets a true fair shot. It's all in front of him. I believe in him. Baker would never come back to Cleveland. I agree with that. I think they forgot what happened. Baker was good. He had Chubb, Gordon, and others. I don't think he was there with Josh Gordon. I think Josh Gordon was gone by then. Because we got Baker in 2018. I think 2018, Josh Gordon might have been with the Patriots, if I remember correctly. But he had a good young team around him, and we were in the playoffs. We had a chance for the AFC Championship game if we would have beat the Kansas City Chiefs, and he had the opportunity with the game on the line, and he couldn't get it done. That's just what it is. So, I don't wish Baker any ill will, but they got to let these old things go. They got to let them go. They are scared of the unknown, no faith or belief. I agree with that. Browns get lost looking at the past and ignore the here and now reality of football. Yeah, I think this is definitely an issue for the media, and this is what the media is running into. So we're going to leave that there. That's enough screen time for them. But did y'all see how those two things play together? Press room breakdown and saying, hey, why give them the attention? The attention is what they crave. And then we get through 30 seconds of them saying, hey, we should go get Baker back. It's like, what are we doing? What are we doing? They really ran out of narrative, so they trying to bring Baker back. Yeah. Remember I was saying it seems like they are pro Shador until they're not. And then I started to notice that they would kind of take little slick shots at Shador. And I was like, I can't rock with them no more, because I remember people were cool with, I think his name was Jonathan Peterlin. They were cool with him, and I was kind of off of him. But if you believe in Shador, why would you say bring Baker back? Those two things don't match. They do not match. They don't match, y'all. So, let's leave them. Let's leave them where they are. Let's leave them where they are. Leave them where they are. They don't make no sense. Charmaine making a grand entrance. What's going on, Charmaine?
Oh my God! Wow!
I got money.
Everybody, welcome in Charmaine, the hardest working woman in Ohio. Good morning, D, in the chat. What's going on, Charmaine? We appreciate you. Thank you for all your support. You've definitely been repping for a real long time. We appreciate you. Glad to have you today. Thank you for spending some time with us. All right, what we got next on the docket? Let's see what we got next. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's go here.
Hey, y'all, come look at this. Hey, y'all, come look at this.
Please don't be me. Please don't be me. Please don't be my comment. I was just joking. All right, we are going comment creeping, and we're creeping through somebody else's comments. So let me get this up on the screen for y'all. Let's go here. All right, so Bill Simmons did a full 3-hour podcast. He said, Yahoo Sports titled it this: Bill Simmons thinks there's a chance that the 76ers could wind up like the 2012-2013 Lakers. Bill Simmons says this is BS. We went through all the scenarios for how Philly's signing could play out on Friday's pod, good and bad. I thought Yahoo was trying to be a real place. Don't you guys pay respectable writers and podcasters to do content, but you also do fake clickbait crap. So as much as we kind of believe this is in a bubble and only the Cleveland media, this is spilling into everyday media where people are using clickbait style practices to get clips. To get clicks. So Yahoo Sports, content creators. Content creators, y'all. Yahoo Sports is content creators. Got to put them in that bucket. This is the stuff that people do. Instead of looking at your full thought and summarizing it so they can get more people to click on it, they take one portion of what you said, which was a small portion, and then they run with it. So Yahoo Sports, you got to do better. They got to do better. They got to do better. Wait, so Watson getting the reps today? We don't know who's getting the reps. Player availability is at 12. Ty Monken, the Ty Father, is available at 12:50. Practice doesn't start until 1 o'clock. No, 1:15. I'm sorry, 1:15. Practice doesn't start till 1:15, so we're not sure who's getting what yet. We will have to wait and see. We got to wait and see. Where we live off. He also has Stefanski. I agree Baker has a ceiling, but Stefanski needs a stacked roster and still can't get it done. Was not there for the only playoff win. He wasn't. He was out. He was sick. I would never make it my agenda to depress someone. Yeah, Baker needs to be on the team with a big run game and solid defense. I don't really want him to win me a game. His ceiling is top 13 to 20 QB and it's plateaued. I agree with that. So Yahoo Sports is doing what everybody else is doing with the clickbait. I'm telling y'all, it's a choice. I believe this is a choice. I don't give people a pass for clickbaiting. I choose not to clickbait. But if people, they want to do things that way, that's on them. I just don't have to rock with what they do. I don't got to rock with what they do. So, all right, we got about 36 minutes, and we got about 3 topics to hit in 36 minutes. Let's get rocking and rolling. What we got next? Next, we got Tales of the Tape. So let's get this up for y'all. Where are we? Wow, some people like to use stats. They don't fully understand. I like to watch the film. This is Tales of the Tape. All right, this is Tales of the Tape, y'all. Let's clean up some stuff on my end. We got head coach. I'm sorry.
When did you
offensive coordinator
install the go-go offense?
Hey. Calm down. We're going to get to you. We got you, player. You coming up next. We got you coming up next. All right, let's see. Let's get this right. All right, so y'all know, I believe that Colorado and the Cleveland Browns are on parallel paths. They got a lot of new energy in with them rebuilding their coaching staffs. And part of that is the difference of attack when it comes to offense. Offensive coordinator Brendan Marion, the go-go offense. I'm a really big fan. I've done a lot of deep dive into what it is, how it works, and we're going to hear him here. So this is More Insight. That's whose channel that this is. More Insight. Right here. More Insight. The name of this is Coach Brendan Marion interview. Coach Prime, the go-go offense in Texas. Comments from about 2 days ago. This is a full interview, so definitely if you get a chance, go check it out. We're going to hit 2 spots in this interview. He's going to ask why or how did you do how or why did you build the go-go offense? I just read someone's full comment. That watermark need to be trademarked. Oh, man. We gonna stay on the good side of things. I'm gonna keep it clean. But Selmo Fudge, you are correct. I do have some rights to my watermark, but you know how people do. I ain't gonna say it. Let's keep it going.
And where did the inspiration come from?
Yeah, it started in 2012 at Harker Academy. So I had a school in San Jose, very affluent kids. We had 6 or 7 billionaire families that were on the team. Okay, like I'm talking about like nannies dropping off the pads for the kids, like teaching them how to put a helmet on, like, and you know, growing up in Pittsburgh, like if you're a boy and you don't play football, you just don't exist. Like you're not even a real person. So like everybody in Pittsburgh, regardless of talents level, right? You're playing football, just like Texas, just like Georgia, just like Ohio. Like you're playing football. You don't have an option. Like I told my mom, I don't want to play football. She's like, you can get out my house. Like, like you're playing football. Like that's not a, like you have to play. Right. And so these kids, right, they did not come from those type of situations, right, where they had to play football. We were teaching them what football was. And I remember I was the JV head coach, and obviously we had just enough linemen. We had 13 players on the JV team. Okay. We had on the 13 players that were on the JV team, I think 4 of them actually had played football more than like a year. Like they just started playing football. So I was thinking like, there's no way I can line up and run power right. Like there's no way I can line up and call 4 verts. We don't have anybody fast enough to run and by anybody. We don't have anybody tough enough to run power. We got a 130-pound guard. We got a 200-pound center. We got a 150-pound tackle. So I'm trying to figure out, okay, how do we do some different things? And that's when I started studying.
Let me pause them right here. Tessa, what's going on? What's going on, Tessa? Welcome in. Where we at? Here we go.
Well.
What's going on, Tessa? Welcome in. Welcome in. If Marion was McVay, he'd be getting praised with the offensive genius tag. I agree with that. He's going to go into how he built this offense, and people think it's a gimmick, but it's not a gimmick. There are some staples that he has in this offense that I think is really going to shock people. And I believe the thing that he is going to bring to Colorado is something that they haven't had since Coach Prime has been there, a consistent run game. When he brings that consistent run game to Colorado, it's going to open up the entire offense. I believe a similar thing is going to happen with the Cleveland Browns. Consistent run game will open up the entire offense, and that's something he's going to lean on. People are going to see it. What's going on, Joanna? Welcome in. So now he's going to speak about how he put it together. So this is how he put it together. Let's go.
Football all the way back to its first game. So I went all the way back to the first game of football and studied all the way through. So from whenever the first football game was kicked off, all the way going on. Like, what were the offenses that stood the test of time? How were they called? Who called them? Who were the best? And then I just started chipping away at creating these, folders of offense and looking at how I can create what we need to create to help kids that don't have the skill set still be good. Because to me, it's bad coaching to say we're just not good enough, we're going to lose. Right? Right? Like, I remember when I was
I didn't say it. He said it. If you believe we're just not good enough to win and we lose, that's bad coaching. You got to put guys in a position to win, not try to put a round peg in a square hole like we saw the last 4 years. In Cleveland. Just fit my offense. Your offense is outdated, sir. Your offense is outdated. I hope Micah Welch starts as running back. It's going to be 2. He's going to start 2 of them. You got to have a run game. Man, offense starts with the run game. You have to have a run game. History of football is important to understand and how to do defense or offense. I agree. Like I told y'all, in the time that I was off, I spent the most time studying the offensive line and the run game. That's where I didn't spend a long time. Really looking at the run game last year because it was unorganized, our run game, and guys didn't know who to block or anything like that. But coming into this offseason, I did a lot because the Ravens were so good in the run, and I believe we're going to be good. Marion sounds like Monken. They don't like bad football. Nah, and he'll get in your face. He'll tell you what it is, and he'll say, hey, you gotta be better, or we got to get somebody else in.
As a player, we played Oklahoma the year they won the national championship when I was at Tulsa. And there was guys on the team that were saying, like, we're going to lose. And I was like, well, you can get the F off the team then. Like, I'm trying to fight people in the locker room. Like, if you don't believe we can win, like, don't even be in the locker room. Like, don't show up then. Don't play. And I'm telling the coach, like, don't put him in. He's scared. You know what I mean? Like, that was the type of player I was. Like, I don't care who it is. You got to line it up. Like, you might be bigger and better on paper, but we still got to line it up. We got to see. Like,
This the energy I like. This the energy I want to see. This is no quit. This is not a loser mentality. This is, you can't say they won until we play the game. If you believe that you're going into a game and we're going to lose, don't even come. That's the type of energy I'm on. That's the type of time I'm on. That's how I view things. I'm not this person who's going to say, well, this team might be bigger, so we're just going to lose this year. Nah. These people who are going into the year, we clearly had, our offensive line was worse, y'all. The worst in the league. So it can only get better or stay the same. It can't go any further. So that means it's going to be an upgrade or equal. Wide receivers, very similar. So people who are just saying that, oh, the Browns go win 2 games because this, I'm like, man, I just write those people off. I write those people off. Mary is about to show how bad Shermer was. Our Jizzle dropping bars. And so is Todd Monken going to show how bad, I've got to do better. I understand the question, how bad he was as well. I have to keep reminding myself that this is Coach Marion's first year at CU. He sounds like he's been there for a while. He's definitely settled in. He's definitely settled into the role. I went back when he first signed with Colorado and they announced it. I started looking at a lot of Sacramento State tape, and I was like, uh-oh. I'm like, if you get any type of offensive line, this is going to be a really good offense, especially with the skill players that Colorado will always have. Livingston will get exposed also because CU's defense will be way better under new coordinator Chris Marv. Yeah, Chris Marv, I believe he's going to blitz more. I believe he is going to be not as passive as Livingston was. Livingston, he played with the bend, don't break style defense, and that's similar to how the Browns played before they got Jim Schwartz, and I don't think that's the right way to play defense when you have stars. When you have stars on the defense, you have to lean into their skills and force teams' hands, and I believe Chris Marv will do that. Monken is not a one and done like many think. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. They have been purging NFL of black coaches and want to do the same with QBs. I think y'all see how many jobs it was this offseason? A third of the league fired people. In the NFL, people usually have jobs for like 2.5 years as coaches. It's going to be like Thanos. I can't remember the Thanos quote, but basically it's going to lead you back to me. And they got to go back to people with the energy, the passion, the drive, and desire to do the job. It's going to happen. All right, let's keep it going.
Yeah, I'm going against anybody, right? So like that mindset took me to like trying to figure out how to help those kids win a game, how to have a positive experience in the game. Because I knew if I tried to just line up regular, we would get, it would be because we're playing teams that actually play football and we're a new team trying to play football. And so that's when it started. Then I became a high school head coach in 2013. And that's when I really got it rolling. We were more of a 10 personnel, pass the ball, spread it out, boom, 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 because we had a lot of quick, fast guys, but we didn't have a lot of linemen. We didn't have the big line, right? So, and then when I got to Pennsylvania, I got big linemen, and then we started pounding the rock and taking shots down the field, right? So every school, it's adapted, been different based off of the people that we have, because to me, my only job is to make sure I can't make the plays for the players, right? You still have to catch the ball. You have to make the throw. You still have to strike and make the block. But a job as a coach is to put people in position to win. I always tell the players, when you look up in the fourth quarter, we'll have a chance to win the game, right?
That's one of the best statements that he always says. When you look up in the fourth quarter, we'll have a chance to win the game. And if you notice, what he's saying is he's flexible and he's willing to adapt to the personnel. We've heard Todd Monken say that. Oh, what's your scheme? My scheme is based on the players that we have. I believe those coaches will have more opportunity, or more success. Are there any black coaches left? They would definitely have to circle back. Hopefully, I think they'll circle back. I know we got Todd Bowles in Tampa. Man, I would have to go back. I'll have to go back and look. I just been so locked in on the Browns that I know we got Todd Bowles, but I'm kind of slipping my mind right now. I'm trying to breeze through it kind of quickly in my head. I don't know if it's only Ty Bowles. I'll have to see. I saw a fake post talking about Mike Tomlin joining CU defensive coaching staff. Yeah, man, if it don't come from a reputable source, I just skip it. All right, so I really want to get to the game that we're going to play, and I want to get to the Shador. I want to get to the Aaron Glenn with the Jets. Thank you. I forgot about Aaron Glenn. I want to get to when he's going to speak on Shador speaking to his guys. So let's skip a little bit ahead, and I want to keep us on track. So let's see, 43-33. It's about right here.
You know, when you for Juju, for example, when he meets him and Colorado's hot and he's practicing with them before the bowl game, he's like a mystical being to him, right? He's like, oh my God, this guy he's everything, right? But then you see a man who goes through adversity, gets drafted late, then has to fight his way through 3 or 4 quarterbacks, come in the game, make plays, and show like, put your wrist up. I can make plays. I can do it, right? So, like, I think that human element of seeing him now, it's way better for a person, if, no disrespect, but like Cordell Stewart's one of the greatest Colorado quarterbacks, or Joe Klatt, one of those guys that were really good at Colorado. If they came back as an older guy, in their 50s now, right, and said, this is how you should do this. This is how you should do this. What you looking at? They're going to be like, oh, yeah, I hear you. Cool. Right? It's a lot different from a guy who's actually playing currently. He's in the game, right? He's in the game right now. He's telling you like, okay, well, boom, this is what I would do. And he's speaking in their language and they can hear him. He's on their level when it comes to the information that he's spitting at them and the way that he's talking to them, right? They can really feel like, okay, boom, I hear what this guy's saying. And so I think that was critical for them to see, like, I always say a quarterback has 2 eyes, right? A good quarterback has 2 eyes and he does what the coach tells him to do. A great quarterback can open up his 3rd eye and he can see the plays and make stuff happen that makes the coach go, oh, yeah, let's do it that way. Or, you know what I mean? Like he can make the play really come alive, right? Whereas most quarterbacks are depending on a coach to tell them exactly what to do, right? And they panic when that doesn't happen that way, where you can see the great quarterbacks, the Caleb Williams, those guys that are playing at a high level right now, Josh Allen, who are always creating things. And then the coach goes, oh, yeah, I'm going to put that play in too that he just made up, right? Made up on the fly. And so that's what he was really trying to portray to them and get them to understand that you have to make the offense your offense. You have to be at a hot router receiver. You have to be able to change the protection. You have to be able to tell the back, stay in this time. I need you to block right here, right? Those type of things. And I thought that was critical for our guys to see and hear.
I like the way that he broke that down with explaining how Shador speaking them. He's in the moment doing it right now. Also, he speak their language. So, hablan tu idioma. He speaks their language. So they can understand it. Like he said, if you would have went to a Joe Klatt or Cordell Stewart, it's such a big gap in age that it just sounds like the old head talking to me. But when somebody who's currently in the NFL, it sounds totally different. We got, Ty Bowles, D'Amico Ryans, Aaron Glenn, Mike Tomlin's out, Raheem Morris is out. So it's just the 3. I don't know how I forgot about D'Amico Ryans. Y'all know I believe he should have won that Coach of the Year that the second one is Stefanski won in 2023. Dang, I can't believe I forgot about my guy right there. Can't believe I forgot about him. Good morning, D and Off the Record fam. Late to the festivities, just getting off the first gig. Great day to be great on purpose. # New Cleveland. Let's go, Rashida. What's going on? Welcome in. So I really appreciate how he breaks it down, how he explains it, and how he's not a quitter. I'm drawn to people who are not quitters. I am not fans of people who are quitters, who just want to throw in a towel before it starts. I cannot go for that. I can't get with that. I can't get with it at all. Can't get with that. What Marion just said is what is going to separate the 2 quarterbacks in the Browns QB competition. Talk to him. Josh Allen will give you 5 wild games a season. The rest of the season, he's mad. I agree with that. Didn't Browns QB coach mention he won't know where Shedeur is going, but look at the tape and realize he saw something he didn't? Yes, he did. I don't want to mess up his last name, but we broke it down. He did. He would say, like, I didn't. Shedeur saw it in game what the safety was doing, so he went to a different read. The QB coach couldn't see it from the sideline, but when he watched it back on film, he saw why Shedeur made the read he made. So, yeah, you are right, Priya. You are right. You are right. All right, we got about 18 minutes. The Browns usually don't start on time. So I want to show y'all how detailed a run play is. And this is the type of organization that I believe Todd Monken is going to bring to our offense this year. I was on the phone. Did I hear him talking about Shedeur bringing the play to life? He was talking about how Shedeur could speak their language and he could help them understand from him being in the moment and doing it. And also that how they could see that Shedeur was drafted lower than he was and how he dealt with it, so he could really relate to the people he was speaking to. When he was talking about bringing plays to life, it was more general. When he was saying bringing plays to life, Josh Allen lack of consistency is why I would be shocked if he ever gets together and wins. Y'all remember I had that way out there take where I said I think the Buffalo Bills Super Bowl window is closed. Remember I said that? Kind of crazy. All right, let's get to this play real quick so then we can get to our game. Better or worse after this? All right, so let's go here. I want to show y'all, this is how detailed offensive run play is. I want y'all to really focus on the bottom portion of the screen. Let me start it from the beginning so y'all can see. This is how detailed a run play is. Actually, let's do this. We got time. All right, let me make this so y'all gonna hear John Gruden speak about it, but you're going to see how the responsibilities change. And this is really what we didn't really have last year. All right, here we go. There we go. This is what we didn't really have last year. So let's play it. This is how detailed run game is. It's not just simple, just, line up and hit somebody. It's a little bit more to it. All right, let's go.
My favorite plays is 94 Y Wham. You can ask Derrick Henry. He opened the game 2 years ago against Buffalo with an 80-yard touchdown on 94 Y.
All right, so y'all see why I'm showing this. I'm playing this because the Baltimore Ravens have had one of the best rushing attacks the last couple years. The last couple years, they had one of the best rushing attacks, and I believe that is the biggest impact that Todd Monken is going to have in the first season with the Cleveland Browns, and this is one of the plays that they had a lot of success. He's going to draw this up on the whiteboard and show who is supposed to block who is whose responsibility, and how detailed the run game is. Let's go.
I wham. Very important. Which way is the ball going on 94, right or left? It's going right to the 4-hole. So the play side tackle, you must block out on the defensive end. And you have a perfect angle and opportunity to do that, yes? Very good. Now, center, with that 3 technique over here, you should escape right now and go block the onside linebacker. You feel me? So that's the blocking angles for the play side tackle and the center. Now, what we want is the tight end who's in that Y off position. You're going to come in here and wham this 3 technique. And that is something these D tackles don't like. That's why I like calling this, just to tick them off, man. That's how we block the play side. Tackles out, center's got the play side linebacker, we're whamming the 3. And then on the backside, we call this a club technique. The backside tackle, he might flash his numbers at that end. You go block this onside linebacker. Get him. Knock his ass off on the second level. This guard over here against this 1 technique, just a quick shoulder flash like you're blocking him, and you go trap the defensive end and knock him out. Boom! You guys love it? This play side guard is going to go trap the backside 1 technique. Isn't it a beautiful thing, 94 Y wham?
So looking at this, let me go back slightly so y'all can see. Look at the responsibility. The responsibility does not look like what you would think, because we just assume when running the ball, you just line up and block who's in front of you. But to throw the defense off, you want guys second guessing. You always want to gain a step. And the way that they gain a step in the run game is they fake as if they're going to block certain people, and somebody else comes and does a wham block and knocks them out to set up the run game. So this is how detailed the run game can be when you have a good offensive line and good execution. We have not seen that. This is something that we're going to see. We're going to see a lot better execution of the run game. So just be ready, y'all. That's what I'm most excited for, because when you open up that run game and teams got to determine, do I want to bring a safety down in the box to help with the run? And then we get man-to-man on the outside. Y'all know how good Shedeur is against man-to-man coverage. So it's going to start with the run game in them trenches. Compare him to Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes is consistent high level of crunch time. Allen hasn't done that. I agree with you there. If you play hurt and only play the first 3 games of the season to transfer, would that make you a quitter? I don't think that make you a quitter. You were playing hurt. I would say if you started the first game of the year and you went in and didn't believe you can win based on who you was facing, I think that would more so make you a quitter. Transferring, if I'm assuming it's college, I don't really look at those guys as quitters unless it's like the quarterback for UNLV who was playing and starting, and then he just like, I'm not playing no more. Now I see that as quitting, because you was a starter and you just stopped playing. Todd Bowles, you looked out for your son. He was decent. Now he is an assistant with Tampa Bay. Yeah, you allowed Shiloh to get kicked off the team because he defended himself. You were wrong. Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't give Shiloh another chance. And then when their safety started getting hurt, I was really surprised they didn't give Shiloh another chance. But just compounding decisions could lead you down the wrong path. So that's kind of what happened with Tampa. In the future, could you explain how Todd Monken uses fullback? I think that's going to make a difference. He emphasized introducing the fullback. Definitely, that's something I could do. Definitely. So I can't really show film on YouTube, but I can take some still shots of how they use the fullback, and then we can go over plays. Something I plan to add to Wednesday's stream. So if we don't get an opportunity to do that Friday or Monday, definitely look forward to it next Wednesday. Definitely look forward next Wednesday. Monken is going to run more than people think. I agree with that. Remember last year they had us thinking Kevin Stefanski bringing back his offense would be great for the team. Fun times, for real. We thought that he was going to bring back his zone scheme, and he did not bring back the zone scheme. So that's what we thought we were getting, and we got okie doke, because that is not what we got. That is not what we got. We did not get the zone scheme. We did not get what we thought we were getting.
Hey, y'all, come look at this. Hey, y'all, come look at this.
Please don't be me. Please don't be me. Please don't be my comment. All right. All right, this is what we're going to do. I got a little fun game for us before we get to the players speaking at noon. We got about 10 minutes to play. This is going to be better or worse. Let me catch up on the chat. Then we're going to play better or worse. Hope y'all are ready. All right, so Spider Wide 2 Banana. He always talk about that play. Whoever has the keys to the QB, this team is going to have a high-powered machine that each clock holds the ball and can be explosive if your defense makes a mistake. I agree with that. Do we have a blocking tight end without Njoku? Our tight ends are so valuable as receivers. I think Ryan is going to be a good blocking tight end. Also, Stowe, I believe he's going to be an inline blocking tight end as well. He could do some routes, but I don't think he's as versatile as Harold Fanning when it comes to his route tree. Think about this play in real time to execute. I feel for these linemen. Man, it's so much more to the run game that I just didn't realize until this offseason. So much more. So much more. All right, let's see. Where we at? I would say Bates and Carson Ryan would be the blocking type. Stowe can do a little of both. I agree with that. Cedric, they did sign a veteran tight end that's supposed to be good at that. Yep. That is Stowe. Not play hurt, play like you're hurt. Oh, if you faking like you hurt, of course. Of course. If you faking and you not really hurt but playing like you hurt, oh yeah, that make you a quitter because you hold him back. That means you're holding back. That means you're holding back. Yes. He couldn't execute zone scheme with constant switches in O-line, in my opinion. I don't think they coached it well. Zone scheme, I'll tell you this. So what I've learned about the zone run scheme, you're blocking a space, so it's actually less thought. Zone scheme should have been the easiest thing for us to block last year. Duo, which they tried to run duo, it didn't really work. Duo is where you have double teams going across the offensive line, and when you're running duo, is more communication. And you just gotta, guys, everybody has to be on the same page. Zone scheme, basically, if you're doing outside zone to the right, if you have a guy that's lined up on your inside or play side, if you have a guy lined up on your play side, then you'll block them or you'll block the space. Zone scheme should have been the easiest thing for them to block. When they try to do like power, when they try to do counter, those are the ones that I can see them struggling at more because not knowing who to block. But zone scheme should have been easy for them. We did try to do duo, but duo it wasn't being taught clearly where guys could just play without thinking. Let's see where we at. Have you tried pre-recording a play breakdown and then posting that breakdown as a short to see if it survives the monetization? That's a good idea. I could try that because shorts aren't as strict. I can try that. That's a great idea. Man, that's what I'll do. I'll try it as a short, and once I upload it in the back office of YouTube, then we can look at it and it'll tell me if it'll be monetized or not. So or if I'll get a copyright for it. That's a good idea. Thanks to man. I'll definitely do that. I'll do that. Or also, Priya, that's where I do more of like the live breakdowns from plays. I do that on Patreon. That's one of the benefits of Patreon. They actually let you fair use content. So that's one of the beautiful things of Patreon. So that's usually where I do it. But I'll give it a shot and see if it works. Last year, every time he tried to live, he cut off. Yeah, they was getting me last year. They was getting me. All right, let's go. We got. Let's bring out Statman.
Statman. Yeah, that's you. Yeah, that's you. We all.
All right, so really quick, we got a game. Unfortunately, I have to remind y'all kind of how bad the Browns offense was. Let's do it from this setup so it'll look better for y'all. So we got about 6 minutes. I put this together and all right, let me change the size of it. I put this together and I want y'all to tell me, we're going to go line by line, and I want you to tell me better or worse. Do y'all think the Browns offense is going to be better or worse this year compared to last year? So let's see. Let's go here. Okay, so the Cleveland Browns offense in 2025, the first one we're going to go over is total offense. The 2025 Cleveland Browns total offensive rank was 30th. Do y'all believe the total offensive rank will be better or worse than 30th in the league? Let me know what you think. And when I was putting this together, I was like, dang, our team was sad last year on offense as a unit. I was like, dang, this is sad. All right, let's see. Let's get my drawing tool out so I can circle. All right, way better. I'm seeing way better. All right, we got way better. Okay. Passing offense. This is passing offense. Our passing offense was ranked 30th. Do y'all think it will be better or worse? Better or worse for our passing offense? We were ranked second to last. It's only 32 teams, y'all. We were ranked second to last. So tell me what y'all think. Better or worse for our passing offense? Which one do y'all think? while I wait for some of y'all answers to come through, get this set up. All right, we got better. All of these are with Shedeur start, by the way. Better. That's how I'm looking at it too. I'm looking at it the same way, Priya. This is all contingent on Shedeur. Much better. Okay. All right. This one, as much as I've hyped this up, y'all know my answer. Rushing offense was ranked 27th last year. Better or worse? Rushing offense in 2026. Better or worse? I'm just trying to get on the Cleveland Browns page while y'all vote. Maya saying better. We have to factor Dolphins and Cardinals both being a mess. Shouldn't that be a gimme for at least better than 30th? I agree with that. Unfortunately, we got to throw the Jets in there too because I don't know about the Jets' direction. All right. Kind of sloppy, but we got it. All right, with QJ back, even better. Better because Cam Robinson is gone. Shout out to the plug. I got that from you. You've got mail. All right, appreciate you. Scoring offense. Now, I'm just going to answer this one for y'all because if y'all are saying our total offense, passing offense, and rushing offense is going to be better, we have to be better than the 31st at scoring offense and those measly 16 points a game that we scored last year. Those measly 16 points a game. Yeah, did the Jets have a fire sale? Did they do anything in the offseason? They did have a fire sale. They signed Geno Smith. They re-signed Bryce Hall. They gave up some guy. They gave up Sauce Gardner, Quentin Williams last year, so they definitely went younger. Everything will be better off the record, D. They were at the bottom. There's no place to go but up. Talk to them. That's exactly how I feel about the offensive line. Red zone offense. Are we going to be watching the Wildcats in the red zone? Are we going to be watching the Wildcat or are we going to be watching a real team try to score points? Ivy League Mac, what is going on? We back. We are back. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. Glad to have you back.
We do not care.
What's going on, Ivy League Mac? Red zone offense, better. Now, no Wildcat this year. Wildcat is gone. Started at the bottom, now we here. For real. Third down offense, we were 29th. We were 29th in third down offense, y'all. That's insane. Insane. This shows you that any person who is arguing for Stefanski to keep his job after putting this out there, what? They don't like these stats? They like EPA. They don't like these stats? Please bury the Wildcat. I have CTE from it last season. They're way more creative this year. Way more creative. Felt like Kevin was doing that on purpose. I agree. All right, let's go. So this is one thing. This is one thing that I did this because I wanted people to remember just kind of how bad stuff was last year. And better, we won't have all those third and long this year. I agree with that. That was a big issue. That was a big issue for us last year, third and long. So I did this. I just wanted to highlight what the offense really was last year because we have our excitement, but the offense wasn't good last year, y'all. It was not good, and the numbers tell it. The numbers tell it. We were too predictable. Teams knew what we were going to do in certain situations because it's only certain things that you can do. So that is better or worse. Better or worse by Statman. I saw Porter Shador get us 24 yards on third down and fall 6 inches short of a first. Yeah, and Kevin don't know when to go for it last year. If we see a Wildcat this year, Cleveland, I'll have concerns. Need a 2 to 3 year hiatus. That thing could just go. Couldn't nobody get open and no run game. I agree. The run game is the key to what unlocks you. All right, so let's see what we have going on here. I'm going to do a quick search to see if we got the Browns live yet. And if anybody sees the Browns live, let me know. I'm pretty sure I had the right time. Let me double check my time that it was 12 noon and then 12:50. Let me just go to the Browns site real quick. Make sure I had the right time. Yeah, it was 12 p.m. today. Select players available. Todd Monken at 12:50. Okay, so I did have the right time. All right, so we're going to be hanging out, waiting for the Browns to get this thing ready. That was a fun game of better or worse. We're going to bring this back. We'll probably do this again with defense probably next week. And we're going to look at pass defense, total defense. So we're going to bring this back next week. Shout out to y'all for participating in better or worse. Let's take this down. Let's go back.
Statman. Yeah, that's you.
Shout out to Statman. All right, let's see. We could hang out here waiting for the Browns to go live. If anybody sees it, we'll jump on it. Let's get to what Zedric sent us. Let's go here. NFL camp battles to watch. It's about time somebody realized what's going on. So NFL on CBS is highlighting the Cleveland Browns wide receiver situation as something to watch. And I agree. We have a lot of wide receivers, and they have they have to decide what they're going to do, because you can't run 10 of them. You cannot run 10 of them. All right, let me grab that. You've got mail.
Browns veterans in the building.
Oh, I didn't see that. Let's go. All right, let me change that to full screen just while we hang out. I believe that is going to be a major thing to watch for, is the wide receiver battle. The wide receiver battle is going to be major. All right, let's get this. Let's go Chrome. I think I got to adjust my Chrome. I do. Let me fix this real quick. Let me fix this so we can check this out. Shout out to the Browns for putting this out. Jerry Jeudy is so short-sighted. If Shador prevails, QB has a lot of sway. I agree with that. I agree. So one of the things I said last year, I was like, man, they just afraid that if Shador's the guy, you got to get the keys to Shador. And they're not ready for that. They're not ready. All right, there we go. How much am I missing at the top? Yeah, I'm missing some at the top. All right, they're live. Fano speaking now. All right, solid. Let's get it. All right, I'll play this and then we'll go to it live.
Football season's here.
Let's go. Football season is here. Football season is among us. It's time, y'all. It's time. All right, let's get this up. I got the Browns going right here. Let's check them out.
Oh, yeah. Zion, he's the best. After every practice, I'm out there, and he's helping me with my sets and my punches and things like that. Yeah. I think that Elton has been showing me a lot of is back when he played tackle, and then how he the way he would load up his foot to get up out of his stance. That's something that he's helped me out a lot with, and yeah. Thank you.
All right, that was pretty quick. Let's go to the beginning to see what we missed from Spencer. Let's start from the beginning. It's only 2 minutes long. Let's check it out.
Run off to one way so many times.
All right, let me see.
You run off to one way so many times, it's a little harder to change back to the other side. If that makes sense.
You move to the right side as you draw for the benefit of the team because you have a new guy come in, right?
Yes, sir.
How much better do you think you'd have been if you had stayed 3 years at left tackle?
I think I would have been. I think I could have gone really good, but then I wouldn't know how to play both sides. So I feel like there was, I don't know. I feel really blessed to have been in the position I was in at Utah.
What were your experiences against Jared Verse when you went against each other in minicamp, and then what do you expect those battles to be like when you get to pads?
Oh, he's so good, man. I mean, he's just really good at helping coach me up. There'd be a lot of reps because we didn't have anything like full speed before, so there'd be a lot of reps where I might have overset. He would let me know, and then kind of help me correct mistakes I made.
Good morning, Marie. What's going on? How you feeling today?
Everybody stay on that side when they switched up. You switched up, stay on that side, man.
Sorry if that was a little loud in y'all ears. I have it turned up a little bit louder because the Browns still don't give microphones to the reporters asking questions. Welcome in, Marie. Glad to have you. What's going on?
I feel like you just see him and he just has the aura of a competitor, if that makes sense. You see him and how loud he is in the locker room and the way he wants to lead every drill. He's a real competitor.
I mean, he's a guy that says his strength is the power, right? That he's a violent rusher. So, first of all, what does that look like? And then, is that something? Will that prepare you because he's one of the better guys to do that?
Oh yeah, I mean he's already one of the top guys in the numbers in the weight room. So I think absolutely that'll prepare me because there's not a lot of guys that can power rush like Jared Verse.
What personal goals do you have for yourself entering into this training camp?
I just want to be a damn good football player. Yeah.
There's been so much change. I know you're new, but it's probably going to be 5 new guys across the offensive line. So how do you, as a group, find that chemistry that an offensive line needs?
I feel like everybody goes in and puts in the work every day. I'm just the rookie, and I kind of follow what the vets have for us to do. And I don't know. I feel like I'll just do my job every day, and I think that'll come together.
Has Zion had any real good advice for you?
Oh yeah. Zion, he's the best. After every practice, I'm out there, and he's helping me with my sets and my punches and things like that. Yeah.
As you got to know Elton, what have you taken from him and his experience in the league?
I think that Elton has been showing me a lot of is back when he played tackle, and then how he the way he would load up his foot to get up out of his stance. That's something that he's helped me out a lot with, and yeah. Thank you.
Love his energy, all about football. He's not going to try to look at the negative side of him going from left to right side when he was at Utah, where y'all know, wouldn't it have been better if you'd have been all 3 years here? Come on, man. What type of question is that? What answer do you want him to say? Shout out to Spencer Fano. Excuse me. We got Marie in the building. Welcome in. Jimi Hendrix in the building. Welcome to another day in paradise. What's going on, Jimi Hendrix? What's going on? All right, let's see. Now we got that. Let's see if we got anybody else next. All right, we can go live now and just wait till we get our next person speaking. Fano talking right now. Where we at? Let me refresh to see why I'm not there.
Run off to one way so many times, it's a little hard.
Did they cut it? Hold on. Zedric, where you seeing them at? I'm still not. Oh, you saw him on X from Daniel's page. Okay, got it. Cause I'm looking. I'm live on the Browns and I'm refreshing their stuff. I'm not seeing it yet. Yeah, they might. Let me see. Let me jump on X real quick. Welcome back, D. Hope you and your family had a wonderful vacation and break. I appreciate you. Thank you for that. It was definitely a good time. I got to lock in on some creative things that I'm working on. I got to lock in on some studying for the season. So it was definitely necessary. So I appreciate that. Oh, let me turn this sound down. This sound is a little loud in your ear. Let me turn that down. I turned it up because the Brown stuff it's not loud at all. What's going on, Weather Levis? Good morning. I just came to say I'm sick of Janky. The people that was in his corner after what he had going on this weekend, they just looking at him like, man, what you got going on? All right, let me see. Let's look for Daniel. Oh, they zooming. Your camera's just zoomed all the way in. I think we got, is this Denzel Boston? Can't tell. Oh no, that's a Browns employee. I don't know what they got going on, but let's figure it out. What y'all got going on, Browns? I don't see nobody. All right, let's see. Browns tight end Harold Fannin Jr. said he missed the offseason workout program because of surgery to address the groin injury he sustained in Week 17. Fannin said he was cleared about 2 weeks ago. He reported to camp last week with rookies and QBs and has been practicing. Okay. All right, Browns, what y'all got going on? Y'all got us looking at the screen. What is going on, Browns? I was rooting for him. I'm done. D, did you see him and Deshaun posting each other's pictures? Deshaun better tread lightly. Yeah, I did see it. I don't think it was a good look. I think initially Judy was responding better until he wasn't. But by the time he got to the end of it, the posting with the watches and all that stuff, I think that was just adding fuel to the fire, and they didn't need to, and they should have just moved on after Judy put out the post on X and after he put out his video response on TikTok. Deshaun should be smarter than relying on the floppiest wide receiver. Yeah, I mean, I guess you'll take whoever you can get in your corner. Whoever's on your side, you'll just work with them. But to me, I was just like, okay. JJ can't handle criticism and couldn't remain professional. Nah, and it's like, sometimes you just let stuff go to bed. You don't got to keep talking about it, keep pressing, keep worrying about it. You just let it be what it is. You just let it be what it is and not focus on it. JJ was trolling, just looking for clicks. Yeah, which is crazy because that's similar to what he was accusing them of, and then he did the same thing. You just got to be careful with how you look to get attention on yourself, because then people will use it against you. And I just think you got to be smarter than that. Do you think that shows great leadership from the vets? No, not at all. No, I think it was a misstep. I think it's something they shouldn't have done. Good veteran leadership will say, why are we dragging this? Why are we continuing this going into a year where we got all this positivity, a renewed sense of energy in the team, the players, and where we're going, and instead of us talking about this or worrying about this, we got y'all responding to stuff online. Like I don't think it was a good look. I don't think it was a good look. Meanwhile, everybody always says Shedeur is a distraction. Yeah, facts. And it ain't Shedeur. I think Monken cares about culture. He's hoping catering to JJ ego will gain his confidence, but will not fly long term. I agree with that. All right, we got Denzel Ward. Y'all can't see. Let me get this on the screen for y'all.
Appreciate it, man. Hey, yeah, y'all hungry? I got you. You know, I got you. You get some pizzas, some steaks, whatever you want.
That all seemed to come together quickly. What precipitated it?
I don't know if it was too quickly. Like I said, it was a lot of back and forth talks with my agent and AB and everybody. And I think it's probably news to you guys and everybody around the league. But just a lot of back and forth talks, and I was happy to get a deal done.
Was there any concern on your part, Denzel, that after Miles was traded, that you might be next?
Like I said, I always say, like, I don't, like, if I get traded or go to a different team, you know, that's where I'm supposed to be, and that's what's meant for me. You know, I just enjoy playing the game of football, so wherever I'm at, I'm going to go give my best effort and make plays and be that shutdown corner wherever I'm at. But as you see, the Browns, they still got me. So as long as they got me here, you know, I'm going to be that guy here and continue to play hard and try to get wins for the city.
Just to be clear, did you ask for a no-trade clause?
I won't go into too much detail about, you know, contract stuff like that. But
was there any hesitation on your part, given the fact that Miles was traded, given that the roster's been in kind of a transition for the last couple of years? Really
Must be the money.
Sign on here for another couple of years?
No, it wasn't really any hesitation. Like I said, Miles is a great friend of mine and a great player. And, you know, loved him when he was on the team. But, I mean, he's not on the team now. And, you know, I'm all in for Cleveland. You know, I'm a Cleveland kid through and through. And this is where I'm at and this is where I want to be. And this is where I'm going to go and play hard and try to fight to get wins. And whoever's here, that's who we go fight with and that's who we go work with.
Kind of off of that, you have the third most experience on this roster, league-wise, and you're obviously from here. How much does that mean to you to not only be one of the more veteran leaders on this team, but to continue playing in your hometown?
Yeah, it's exciting. Everybody trying to say I'm old, though. I don't feel I'm old. I still feel good. But, no, it's exciting just to still play for my hometown team. Like I said, being an Ohio kid and just working towards my goals still. You know, got the contract, but, you know, I just enjoy playing football, and I'm glad to continue to do that.
Denzel, now that this is done, when we looked back to the offseason, it seemed, you know, a little odd that you weren't here, big OTAs and stuff like that. And I know you explained that you had the coach and stuff like that. And then you didn't really participate in camp. So, in retrospect, were those things a little bit related to the fact that you were trying to get this contract?
Yeah, it was related. It was related, to answer your question.
Hey, ESPN did an annual survey among coaches, executives, rating every position. You came up 7 among NFL quarterbacks.
Yeah. He just laughed at it. 7?
I feel I always get kind of put down in the rankings lower than I should be. I'm not sure why it is, but, you know, it's a lot of talented guys, but I do feel like I'm that number one guy in the league. I feel my numbers speak for itself, my play when you turn on the tape. But like I said, it's a lot of great players, a lot of number one corners out there in the league, and I just happen to be one of them, just like other guys for other teams.
Denzel, I mean, there's just been so many changes, obviously, for the defense over the last 6 or however many months. Like, what gives you confidence that you, as like a leader, can help kind of keep that standard, what it's been for like one of the top units in the league?
Yeah, I think it starts with myself. I got to uphold the standard that I've been playing at, continue to play at a high level, and bringing people along with me as well as that go. And as I'm playing well, that's going to bring everybody else up as well.
Do you think this new coordinator will play as much press man as Schwartz did?
Potentially. I do. I really love the plays that he does have in, so I'm looking forward to getting out here and practicing them and going through them all. But we just got to wait and see how it's going to go during the game.
I know you already were when you signed the last contract, but how does it feel to be the highest paid guy at your position?
Yeah, it feels great. That was always my goal, to be the highest paid again. and to make that happen. And I'm glad we got it done. But like I said, my most important thing, I just enjoy playing the game of football. So I'm grateful for the money, the raise they gave me and money. But now it's time to play football, to do what I love.
You worked a lot last year, this time of year, on securing the ball. Between periods, you're always catching the ball, touching the ball. And I don't know how many interceptions you have actually. So what's the state of your interception game, do you think?
When you say the state of it, what do you mean?
Can you get more?
I feel I could definitely get more. Like I said, I always invite more targets. I want more targets, get more action on the ball. But I could definitely get more, and I need to get more, and that's gonna be the goal again going in this year to get more interceptions.
Denzel, you talked about sort of your role as a leader on the team. When there's so many young guys brought in the last couple of years, it kind of feels like there's a transition happening in terms of like culture, and you got Todd here now. What role can you sort of play in trying to help build a new culture here?
Yeah, I think just continue to be myself, lead how I lead. I feel I've become more vocal, but just continue to play well and playing at a high level. And like I said before, bringing people along with me and, just continue to be myself. I feel that's going to help bring everybody up.
You and Tyson Campbell, there seems to be a lot of uncertainty as how the backups on the nickel back and all the other. What's your opinion, having seen them through the spring season, of the depth behind you?
Yeah, no, we gonna be good. Of course, you gonna think that lose some guys, and the depth is not as well. But guys been playing well, and I think we're gonna be good.
Is it kind of a badge of honor that you don't get a lot of interceptions because they're thrown the other side?
Yeah, but I want some action though, so I do love when they throw the ball at me. I want them to throw the ball at me in this camp. I don't want guys to go away from me just so I can practice as well and get reps on task. But, it is a badge of honor. It's respect, and I'm grateful for that respect. But I do love being in the action, though, and making plays.
Denzel, one of the rankings this offseason was about the young core players that have come in here, and the Browns are ranked 4th among them. And one of the new faces, obviously, is Jared Verse coming in and among the league leaders and pressures. When you saw that whole situation and that trade go down with Miles, and the fact that they brought Jared in, what type of message did that send to you as one of the longer tenured players here, bringing in a player of this caliber?
Yeah, I think it shows that we're still competing to win. It's not. I don't think I see a lot of people talking about we're trying to rebuild and tank or something like that. But I think it just shows that we're trying to rebuild, bringing in a great player like Jared Verse. He's still a talented player. Myles Garrett is obviously Myles Garrett. He's going to be who he is. But, we're still a talented team and got talented players. And we just got to go show that and play together. No one player wins the game. It's a team sport. And we all play together, all 11. We're going to be good.
So your attitude both at your camp and today is that, hey, get traded and play hard for whoever. So what was the conversation like about that possibility when you signed this contract?
I just pretty much focus on where I'm at. Like, if I'm here, cool. If it came to the point to where I needed to be traded, then I think I'll focus more on it then. But that didn't come about yet, and I can still get traded. That's the NFL. Things happen, and but I just deal with it as stuff come. You can't worry about the what ifs all the time. You just got to be in the moment.
What have been your early impressions of Todd, and what kind of camp do you think he's going to run?
Great. I think he's been great so far. Just the way he's been rallying the team. I think it's gonna be a tough camp. I do feel it's gonna be a tough camp, but I'm excited for it.
What about Mike coming in and replacing Jim?
Yeah, no, I'm excited to have him. Like I said, I feel he got a lot of good plays and plays that I'm gonna enjoy and can make a lot of plays in. So I'm looking forward to getting out here and practicing them and going through it with the rest of the team and going from there.
They brought in Casey in Boston. You're looking forward to going against those guys in practice.
Yeah, for sure. Those guys, they gonna make me work. I'm gonna make them work too, though. But I'm looking forward to going against them. They got a lot of talent, a lot of different body types. So just being able to get different work from all those players is gonna be fun.
I know you addressed this a little bit, but what kind of changed for you, or what made you still really want to be here, even though Miles is gone? Because there was a point where that was going to kind of rattle you a little bit.
Yeah.
The previous year.
Yeah.
So what kind of changed in your mind about that?
I think really just thinking about I'm from Cleveland. This is the city I'm from. I've always played in Ohio. I'm an Ohio kid, and it's just grateful to be able to come and play for my hometown team You know, not many people get to do that. So just to be able to get back to this city, I feel that deserves win, and deserves a lot more. I just want to be a part of that once we get this thing going.
For you, what's the last one? Knowing that you're the longest tenured Browns player on this roster.
Say it one more time for me.
What's it for you? What's it like knowing that you're the longest tenured Browns player on this roster?
Yeah, like I said, everybody keep thinking I'm old, you know, but I'm still young and still ready to play. But no, like I said, just knowing what's coming, you know, knowing what to expect out here and what to do and stuff. So just trying to be a leader for the team and just be myself.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Denzel.
Appreciate it.
Denzel Ward addressing a lot of points. He did want to be the highest paid, so they got that done with the contract. He did say him not practicing in the offseason was due to him working on the contract, which is good. He reminds people that he is from the greater Cleveland area, so he's been a lifelong Browns fan. That's different than, I believe, some other players on the team. So he grew up right outside of Cleveland, in the greater Cleveland area. So that's really different. And he's like, look, I'm playing where I am. You have to deal with the Cleveland media a certain way because of the type of questions they ask him. So that's Denzel Ward. And also that's his personality. He is not this is actually the most we kind of seen Denzel Ward show personality wise, because he's usually really quiet. Like, he's a quiet guy, so kind of don't read too much into him probably not showing as much energy as, say, other players, because that's just how he is. If you look at him from when he first got on the Browns until now, he's consistent with who he's been the whole time. So I think he's happy to be here. I think he's excited. I think he handled the Myles Garrett question well. They asked him about the more interceptions thing. It just, man, oh man. You got to look at how many times they're throwing his way from game to game, how many opportunities to really get. So it's just some of those things. But I think he handled it well. I'm happy that we still have Denzel Ward here. I've seen some of the chat talking on the Deshaun and Shador thing. I saw Kathy say, don't put Deshaun in this. Deshaun put himself in it because of what Jerry Jeudy posted. Deshaun commented on it and liked the post. That's how he inserted him in it. I never put Deshaun Watson in anything with this. He put himself in it. I think that was a misstep. If it would have been another player who put themselves in it, I would have said it was a misstep. I know a lot of people believe that everybody who is a supporter of Shador handles themselves similarly to how they see other people handle themselves online. If you haven't been here that long, it's not the case here. If you ever hear me speak on Deshaun Watson, it is from a football lens, and you can go back and look at all the stuff I put out there. So it's easy to assume that that's how people speak on him or that's how people deal with him, but that's not how I do things over here. It's very similar to Dylan Gabriel. I will highlight things that Dylan Gabriel said, but go back. I was not doing a lot of bashing of Dylan Gabriel last year. I just didn't think Dylan Gabriel was better than Shador, and I just let it be known. So just like we say black people are not a monolith, Shador Sanders supporters are not a monolith. We view and do things differently. But if you are one of the oldest players on offense and you see social media, and we see social media is reacting to a story, don't add flame to that story. Let the story die down. That would have been the smarter thing to do instead of posting something that's only adding fuel to the fire. So that was a misstep. And that's why I believe it's okay to add Deshaun into it, because Deshaun inserted himself into it. I didn't tell Deshaun to like the picture. I didn't tell Deshaun to comment brother on the picture. Deshaun did that. That's his choice. He can do it. But once you do it, then people will say something about it. So that's the Deshaun part of it. Should we blame Sanders for how his fans treat Watson? I think you should blame people for their actions. That's what I think. I think trying to group everyone together and speak on someone doesn't make sense. We have different ways we handle stuff. We have different ways we do things. So grouping everybody together, I believe, is a dishonest approach to the conversation. How can you blame people because that's how they view it or that's how they want to deal with it? That doesn't make sense. that don't make sense. We can have the conversations, but that doesn't make sense. If Shador isn't saying go do this, go do that, go do this, you can't just lump everybody together. That's just that's crazy. That's crazy. At this point, the youngest person in the situation has been the most mature. Shador hasn't said a word. Hope the Browns are watching. If I had something nasty to say about Watson, do you believe nephew can stop me? He can't. That's a fact. Give Shador himself credit for squashing the beef narrative and messaging unity to his fans and cutting off Cleveland media narrative. I agree with that. Yeah, I agree it's lazy. I don't know, Kathy. I don't know at this point if you're trying to have a real conversation. I'll wait a couple more comments and we'll see. But I'll probably just keep it moving past the comments. I don't know if this is an honest conversation. All right, so that was the first 24 minutes of it, but I believe we're supposed to get Todd Monken in about 15 minutes or so. So I'll be on the lookout for the Todd father speaking at 12:50. We'll wait and see. Blame Watson for his own actions. I watched Watson play and was a fan living in Houston back in 2014. I agree. Watson brought attention to himself with all the Houston allegations. Then he started getting hurt on the field. Let's just let everything play out. I agree. I don't even bring up the stuff with Deshaun Watson and his allegations. I don't bring that up. I just let it be what it is. I just think that Deshaun put himself in it. If you don't agree with that, that's cool. But it's gonna be what it's gonna be. And the funny thing was, this conversation wasn't even about on the field. This was like assuming that people are putting Deshaun Watson in something that he wasn't in, which I just don't see it that way. He put himself in the middle of it. Why are people so focused on comments online? How is Shador responsible for stuff online? I agree. I agree. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't like when people just try to throw everybody in a group and say they handle it the same way. So if you wear a Shador jersey or if you say you believe in Shador, people assume that they can't have an honest conversation with you. I just think that people should go places, figure out what type of energy it is, what type of time people are on, and then determine what they say after that. But to just come in, blanket statement. Okay. The pads are coming, games will be played. I agree. And the funny thing was, this wasn't even about a Deshaun versus Shador thing. This was coming from the critique of Deshaun Watson for involving himself in a misstep by Judy, veteran receiver. So, like, I don't even know how Shador got brought into it. That's why I was getting the sense that I'm like, this is not an honest conversation. I never bring that up either, but when you get in something, expect people to have something to say. I agree with that. Because that's who they interact with. One bad experience is all it takes now. That's it. Watson sided with the receiver who prefers him. Is that simple? And that's okay. That's okay. I don't mind if he, sided with Jerry Jeudy. I think the misstep is not siding with Jerry Jeudy. I think the misstep is adding fuel to the flame of a story that doesn't need to be spoken about, and you just need to go into training camp without any issues or distractions. So that's where I think the misstep was. So if you believe that what I'm saying is coming from a place of something with Shador, I just don't. I just think you're wrong. The misstep is being a distraction, and creating a distraction didn't need to be there. Like I said, Jerry Jeudy handled it good until he didn't. You get into an argument in the comments, and it's all there. They're all bad for real. The same way I would not want anybody to throw my mistakes in my face. I would never do that to him. Yeah, that's it. It's so funny because Cleveland media getting their feelings hurt. They have never faced trolls. It's because usually they're not relevant enough to rile up. That's not the typical 2 fan, for real. We all know that Jeudy and Washington are friends, so who cares if he supports him? Jeudy about to lose his job if he don't catch those balls. His opinion means nothing to Muckin Butterfingers. Oh no, throwback.
You about to lose your job. You about to lose your job.
Yeah, what the things that will happen on the field they'll be decided on the field. This is just conversation that we having as the time go by. His actions, he should have been out of football, and then, all right, yeah, I'm gonna leave that one alone. That's his problem. He's too far in to correct fundamentals. You got to work on the fundamentals. D, the issue is not even if Jenke wants Watson, it's the fact that he said out loud and look at all this. Yeah, that's what I think. I think the issue is creating a distraction. I don't think the issue is who or he thinks is better or any of that. That's not the issue. Crazy part is majority of Shador fans say really didn't care about the preference. It's a non-issue. Problem was when Jeudy doubled down and ruined the goodwill. I agree because people was defending him. People started out defending him. JJ will be going with Dylan mid-season. Won't speak for every fan, but for me, Deshaun Watson burned me as a fan. Yeah, especially being a Texans fan, I can see how you feel that way to a man back in the day, especially living in Houston before you moved. That is true. You have a right to what you like. You have a right to choose. I agree with that. And I think that's what people are trying to put on people. Like, oh, you saying he can't choose. He can choose whatever he wants. The team was doing so well, moving with one band, one sound against the media. JJ gave the media the end they needed, and he wants to divide the locker room. That's a major problem. Hashtag New Cleveland, better culture. I agree with that. You don't give them anything that they could talk about outside of football. That's just standard. If you go to the first meeting of the year as a team that Todd Monken had with them, he's not going to spend a lot of time on it, but he's going to say, make sure we focus on football and taking care of each other and having each other's back. That's what he's going to say. That's just standard for football. Standard for football is keep it on football. Don't be a distraction. That's standard across, not even just football. That's standard in sports. Don't be a distraction. We could go to the NBA when we can go to the NBA when Draymond Green was a distraction with the Kevin Durant stuff. That's across every sport. It's across every sport. Sad because the rookies are handling this situation better than vets. And rookies the last 2 seasons have been doing really well. Just like Steve Smith said, he's just a guy. Let the best QB win. I agree with that. I can't speak for everybody. I can speak for me because I have a platform. On my platform, I've always said I'm going to let it play out. I remember 3 months ago when people were saying Deshaun Watson was going to be the starter. I just looked at it from a football standpoint. We broke down film on Patreon, and I showed people what Deshaun Watson was the last time he was healthy. The summer, I took the 5 weeks off when everybody was having a lot of the conversations back and forth about who, what, when, where, why, and how. I wasn't here for it. Even now, I said, this is my stance. I'm making it very clear. I believe Shedeur is the better option in my opinion. I don't have control over the decision, so I'm going to let it play out. I actually started saying I'm going to let it play out a while ago. So that's how I view it. Marvin Woodbury, Texarkana in the house. What's going on? 12 all the way, time to upgrade to the 2. Yeah, I got the 12 and I got the 2. I forgot who said it, but I told y'all Jerry would let y'all down. Yeah, he was sounding right. He was sounding right. Then I don't know what happened. I'm pretty sure nephew prefers Fannin or Bond, but he would never say it. Yeah, it's just one of those things. You don't add those. You don't say who your favorite child is in public. That's how I say it. I wasn't a Browns fan, but I like Baker and his spirit. So them moving on and trading the kitchen sink for him, thought they got what they deserved. Oh yeah, I understand it. I'm a fan of good football players and their legacy. That's how Shedeur brought me to the Browns. I got lucky with Shedeur coming to the Browns. I was a Shedeur fan. I wanted the Browns to take Shedeur at number 2. And I've been a lifelong Browns fan, so I just got lucky. D, your skin looks so good. I appreciate that. What 11s? That's that. Where you at? Yeah, you said it, Black Pearl. That soul glow. You get some time off. You get some time off and come back fresh. Shedeur prefers Larvadan over Jank. He trusts his big for his mindset, and Judy thinks he's the main character. Right, because everything doesn't need to be stated out loud. I agree with that. Shedeur is better QB period, way better pocket passer, scramble and runner. We should start posting 2 4s for Fannin 44. I think it's hard to say who gonna have the biggest season. It's hard to say who gonna have the biggest season, but we definitely gonna put up some numbers this year, I believe. I don't know what we waiting on. He can't catch a bus that is waiting on him, but people expect him to catch a football. Oh no. Why is Zach Jackson upset Denzel was re-signed? Yeah, because it doesn't match. It doesn't match the tanking. Like, it doesn't match the taking. Oh, they're going to lose. They're going to be bad. Remember everybody was saying that? Like, it doesn't match. So now you like, dang, I'm proven wrong. And now they know that people put receipts on them. So it's like, man, that's just messed up. I started watching football as a Raiders fan, and John Madden was coaching. Raiders lost me when my dad lost season tickets at the Coliseum when they moved back to Oakland. Man, I always started as a Raiders fan. With Watson injuries, he does not have superior athleticism. Shedeur is health and youth. Even that one advantage for Deshaun is accuracy and playmaking is better. He is a hitter. D, do you notice the national media is changing their tune on Shedeur? Yeah, I saw. Shout out to Tika. I ain't seen Tika in the chat today, but I saw, who was it? Dan O talking about starting anybody but Shedeur being wasted a season. I'm like, man, what? Dan, I'm like, nah, bro. You got to stay on that side.
Stay on that side when they switched up. You switched up, stay on that side, man.
Training camp begins, the real football conversations start. This back and forth for folks is dumb. There will be a lot of fake fans outside the pound. I agree with that. We got some we got some stuff coming to help people see what the real sentiment is about the Cleveland Browns this year. Stay tuned. Also, this is not a bad time. While we were waiting on the Tide Father, this is not a bad time. Patreon is the place to be if you want to support Off the Record D, and you also want to learn more about the game of football. We're going to be breaking down film live after each game, starting with the preseason games. on Tuesday mornings, 10:30. We'll be doing a live stream, Patreon only. As it's for everybody that's on Patreon, that's on the paid version of Patreon. The paid version of Patreon. And also, we're doing something special to let people know about it. Let's go here and let's go here. So I started speaking on this, but we're doing a Patreon only giveaway. If we get 15 additional people who join the Patreon All Access crew, if we get 15 people to join, all the way up until August 23rd, we'll be giving away 2 dog pound tickets to the Browns game August 27th. It's a Thursday. It's the Browns' 3rd preseason game. We're giving away 2 tickets. 2 tickets if we get 15 new members on Patreon, part of the All Access crew. So this is just one of the perks of Patreon. Patreon has other perks like the group chat, film breakdown, doing everything live, but I'm going to take it to a different level with behind the scenes and giveaways this year. So just something special I'm doing if we get 15 new members joining the Patreon. Just wanted to put that together for you all. I'll get that posted out on social media soon. So Patreon is going to be special. Patreon is going to be special. I stopped watching football when I joined the Army until I got sent out as an honor guard for a Cowboys-Patriots game to hold the flag preseason. That's how Brady got his hooks into me. And from there, you was a fan. From there, you were a fan. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. Dano trying to keep his job. That's a fact. I think some of the media is now building up Shedeur, hoping he face plants and will be ready to say, I told you so. I wouldn't be surprised by that. I wouldn't be surprised by it. I don't trust national media. They started all of this. They did start a lot of this. All right, we got about 2 minutes. Let me refresh. We're waiting for the Todd Father. He's supposed to speak. Is he? The Todd Father is live. All right, let's get this up. Todd Father is live. Let me get the sound on.
Again, the players will determine that. I mean, obviously, we brought in 3 highly regarded.
I'm going to start this from the beginning, y'all, just so. Oh, he's been going for about 6 minutes. Okay. We're going to start this from the beginning so we get the whole thing from the Todd Father, or we get to hear the entire press conference from the Todd Father. Let's start this over. I'm going to turn this up so y'all, we can try to see if y'all can hear the questions because their questions are way too low. I try not to play sound effects because they come through too loud during this time.
I can't remember. What did really wasn't much different than when I got here 5 months ago. I can't remember. What did I say? Yeah. I mean, ultimately, I really can't remember.
Does it feel any different for you, Todd? Now, this will be your first training camp practice as a head coach. Does that mean, what does that mean?
A dream come true is probably the best way to put it. You work your whole life for an opportunity. Not sure if it ever come, and if it didn't, then that's what's meant to be. So obviously, a dream come true. One thing I did tell the team, now that I remember what I said, was I was going to tell the team it's time, right? Oh, it's time. But if you came and watched us practice, when they stepped on the field in the spring, for whether it was rookie minicamp, voluntary minicamp, mandatory minicamp, or OTAs, it was time. I mean, they practiced their rear ends off, so I don't expect anything different come today.
We know where you left off with the quarterback issue. Where are we now? You just pick up alternating at this point?
This is welcome back, Ivy League Mac. This is actually the first question about the quarterback right when you made it back. They're asking where we pick up with the quarterback position. Where are we at the same place we left off? So you got perfect timing, Ivy League Mac.
Yeah, nothing's really changed. We anticipate alternating. First of all 4 quarterbacks are going to compete. They all won't get equal reps. Obviously, we will alternate just like we did in the spring with Deshaun and Shedeur with the ones.
You have a
The easiest way for me to say that, and it still won't stop you from asking, not you particularly, but everybody in general, is the first game. And we're going to have a starter the first game, right? I mean, ultimately, I'm not going to decide who the starter is. They decide by their play. Their play decides who the starter is. I don't have any preconceived notions of how they played in the past or how they're going to play. I only can, with my eyes, judge. And guys got to play well around them. I think we've shored up some things up front. We've added some weapons on the perimeter, so I think that's going to help. But they'll decide who plays. I don't decide who plays. The players decide who plays.
Do you mean first game of the season or first game of preseason?
First game of the season.
So, perfect time at Ivy League Mac. He let them know the player's going to decide based on their play. No preconceived notions. I'm going to watch and see. And he said first game of the season. So basically, don't keep asking me this question every day. Don't keep asking me who in the lead. We're going to alternate Deshaun and Shedeur on with the first team, and their play will decide what happens. So that's the thing you want to hear. They're going to let it. He's going to let it play out and make his decision. I think he might decide before the preseason ends, but he's letting them know, stop asking me these questions. Stop asking me these questions. D, have not heard from Ears lately. I have not heard from him. I have not heard from him. I have not. His son Papai Neo Sabinada, which means dad doesn't know anything. Oh wow. So that's really similar to No Say Nada in Spanish. D, the Raiders said Kirk will start. Yeah, I saw that. They said he's starting off as QB1. So I was surprised by them making the announcement so early, but it eliminates a lot of questions. Yeah, they gonna keep asking. He trying to shut him down. Like, leave me alone. Don't ask me this no more.
No, we're going to play in the preseason.
Right off the bat, Chicago game, you'll play starters?
We're going to play in the preseason. I won't back myself into a corner.
I won't back myself into a corner. We will play in the preseason. Man, all it took was him to deal with them a little bit. He knows how to respond to them now. He knows. Nah, I ain't backing myself into a corner with y'all.
Right now, I plan on playing the starters, but I plan on playing our guys. We got to see what we got, right? Especially quarterback.
All the way back to the owners' meetings, the breakfast, you noted that you would not be able to do equal reps, obviously, for these guys. So, in terms of the reps, will you sort of start to maybe trend towards your presumptive starter? All of a sudden, look out there and start to see one guy maybe taking more first-team reps?
It's possible, but I don't decide that. The players will decide that. As you start to see, as the camp goes, and you start to see less rotation, you start to see individual players at every position get more reps with the one, it's a pretty good sign they're a one.
How do you anticipate Malik Collins being cleared at all in training camp?
Too early to say, but he looks great. I mean, watching him outside, he's done an unbelievable job this offseason with his rehabilitation, being down in Houston with his family. But the first day we had the young guys here, we were out there, I thought he was ready then. I won't speak for him. I won't speak for our medical staff. But I do anticipate, if we don't have any setbacks, that at some point we'll have him.
Will anybody be limited from an injury perspective today to start camp?
I don't see it unless something happens between now and another half hour. I don't anticipate anybody else being limited.
When you say all four quarterbacks are going to compete, we've been viewing this, of course, as a two-way competition between Shedeur and Deshaun. So when you say all four quarterbacks will compete, what does that sort of mean for Dylan and Tank?
Well, again, I think I said it in the spring, is that everybody on our roster competes. I mean, you're in the NFL. I mean, equal reps doesn't mean you're not going to compete. Obviously, you don't have as many opportunities. You got to take advantage of the opportunities that you get. But you never know how it's going to go at any position. Minor injuries are a part of training camp. So guys go down, their shoulder's a little sore, and Dylan comes in, someone comes in and plays well, or another position. Again, we have to divide the reps up according to the depth chart. In a perfect world in camp, me personally, I would prefer the ones get 50%, the twos get 33%, and the threes get 17%, and somewhere the other guys got to fill in. Can you always count on that? No. And so the more those guys you start to see them with the ones, then you can kind of anticipate there are starters.
Asante, what's going on? Welcome back. Glad to have you. What's going on? I like the way he broke that down. One thing is you're not going to have a shortage of rep for guys who potentially need to play. 50% to the ones, ideally, 50% to the ones, 33% to the twos, 17% to the third string, and then the fourth string kind of fills in. That way, nobody is just thrust into action without any reps. So they keep asking these QB questions. There's more to this game than just a QB. Also, I saw your thing, Wet 11s. Atlanta had to sign another QB. I saw that. They signed Cooper Rush. Penix not cleared to play, and then Tua has a tight back. One thing when everybody was talking about the Tua injuries and it was the concussions, I kind of believed that he was having an issue with his back, because one time I saw him walking and I saw him just drop to the ground, and I've been in that position before with my back, and I was like, oh, that is a back problem right there. Because sometimes when your back goes out, you just kind of lose power, and they're like, no, there's no way that's your back. And I was like, nah, I think Tua has a back problem. And then he's out because of back tightness, so that's why they had to sign another QB, and camp just starting. So health is definitely an issue for the QBs down there, for the Dirty Parakeets. It's an issue. Where we at? Being forced to talk to the media is crazy work. I would get fined every time. Imagine someone pull up on your job with these dumb questions. Yeah, the questions don't make sense. The questions don't make sense. ATL need to go get DG. They can add to the what was an all lefty QB room. This might be the offense for Cooper Rush. I'm surprised Baltimore got him last year. Definitely should have been Huntley from jump. I agree with that. D, who is this new QB? Are you asking about the QB for Atlanta or like our fourth QB here, Taylor Green? The Cooper Rush, he came into the spotlight when he was the backup for Dak Prescott for the Dallas Cowboys. Then from there, they weren't able to keep him. They traded for the backup from New England, and then Cooper Rush went to Baltimore, and he was in Baltimore, but it kind of didn't make sense for him to go to Baltimore. And then now he wasn't signed, and Atlanta signed him. So yes, that was the kind of the journey of Cooper Rush. That was the journey of him. All right, let's get back to the Top Father.
Sure. I mean, first of all, I'm excited once we get the pads on, because we spent all spring without pads on, and that's really, you get an opportunity to evaluate the offensive line first in terms of where we're at, which is going to be a critical component in everything we want to do offensively, and then obviously up front and seeing those guys. Obviously, I got a lot of respect for Alex Wright, and obviously Isaiah McGuire, Julian, and then our interior guys that are super, super explosive off the ball. So I'm excited to see them all rep.
Todd, I guess a similar question to the quarterbacks there, but the O-line, I mean, how quickly do you want things figured out there to be in the best spot?
Be great. Be great. The sooner the better. But again, the players will determine that. I mean, obviously we brought in 3 highly regarded free agents. We anticipate those guys starting for us, but that is still to be determined. We're not at the first game yet, and then we'll see Spencer, Austin, and Parker, the rookies, along with the guys that have come back that were on the roster previously.
Todd, can you clarify how much hitting you anticipate doing this camp? And do you tackle to the ground at all?
No, we won't tackle the ground. We won't go to the ground. We'll thud. We're not going to bring anybody to the ground.
Will you utilize all 16 padded practices?
I don't know that. I haven't gone that far ahead. We have really up till Buffalo, And so I don't anticipate that. They allow that, but it is difficult to get all those in leading up till then, but I'd never say never.
Big news for you guys yesterday with the extension of Denzel.
Priya, I think that goes to the question you asked me earlier about them having 10 practices in 11 days. He just mentioned that he probably won't use all 16 of those. So that kind of goes to what you were asking earlier. He's definitely going to protect the guys. They won't tackle to the ground, which the Browns, the last 6 years, they didn't really tackle to the ground. Then they tried to make camp tougher last year. They tried to do some tackling. He's like, nah, we're not going to bring guys to the ground. We're just going to do some thudding, which basically just kind of run into each other from a defensive side, but not wrap up and tackle to the ground. So he is explaining how he will protect the guys through his answers here. Yeah, special teams cost us some games for sure. Do you think Watson wants to stay in Cleveland? If I had to say based on what I've seen, I would say he's probably leaning more to a fresh start somewhere else outside of Cleveland, just because of what he's dealt with when it comes to injuries, fan treatment, media treatment. I wouldn't be surprised if he wanted to go somewhere else. I honestly, strictly football would sit Watson to the last quarter of the season, giving Sanders a chance to start. If anything happens, give DJ or Green a chance to get some snaps. I think it's going to be real hard to get Taylor Green some snaps. I was kind of saying this previously when they talked about changing his throwing motion. Man, he's been throwing a certain way for so long. It's going to take so long to correct that muscle memory. So I don't know what we're going to see if Taylor Green at all this year. Todd offense, I think, fits Shedeur Sanders, and it would have been a good offense. Sean Watson when he was good, because there's a lot of off the schedule stuff. Yeah, he banks it in. Watson does not want to resign. I don't know why we're giving him a reason. A season of reps to build his resume. Yeah, I don't know if he wants to. Why hasn't the Browns cut Brucey yet? Because they won't make any major changes to the QB room. You need camp arms and stuff like that. They won't make any changes before they got to start cutting down the roster. Because you want just enough guys there. Somebody gets a sore shoulder, and you want to give them a day of rest. You want to have other people in to step right up who've been here instead of bringing somebody from the outside. Green isn't going to get in with throw motion changes unless it's Wildcat as a tailback. Yeah, I agree, because if you threw the ball 10,000 times, and that's naturally what your body goes to when you go through a throw motion, to change that, man, it's going to take another 10,000. So he's not going to get 10,000 throws in one offseason. It's not going to happen. Green is not ready. 2 to 3 year project. That's why I'm on the side of keep DG, because Deshaun Watson will be gone. I can understand that. Him being good on the whiteboard makes him good for practice squad and to replicate other teams. That's true, because practice squad, you're just doing what other people, you're getting the defense ready for what other teams are going to run. Will Casey be more impactful on special teams or Todd Monken, special teams or offense? I think he'll be more impactful on offense. Special teams, we don't see the same level of like kick returns and punt returns as we saw since they've changed the rules. So I definitely think he'll be more impactful on offense.
Denzel Ward, how do you feel about having one of your team leaders and best players, in the fold and wrapped up like that?
Well, first off, one of the elite players in the NFL, well deserved, and at this point, which is really cool, is you get paid for what we anticipate to get. Nobody pays somebody for what they've done. You're still anticipating that he's going to play at a high level, which I see nothing that will stop him from still being at an elite level. And I'm happy for him. To continue to play at a high level and always be a Cleveland Brown, being from here, I think it's really cool. I think, I was fired up for him. He had a big smile on his face. Yesterday, it's been something that I know Andrew's been working on, and I know we're fired up.
When you were the offensive coordinator with the Ravens, planning to play the Browns, how did you scheme with Denzel Ward in mind?
Well, first of all, it became a little more difficult when we added Tyson, right? So it made it a little bit different. And there's been times where we've played the Browns where Denzel's been banged up, so it hasn't always been when he's been out there. But I think you do have to be careful in terms of he's got unbelievable tracking speed and can play the ball in the air. And his ability to break on the ball, so you can't be late with your throws. I think you got to be careful down the field because he's going to track it and he's going to compete. Those were the things that, that we were, I would say afraid of, but obviously had to be, leery of because of his speed to be able to track the ball.
What's the thought process of only one joint practice day with Buffalo?
Well, I think it's gotten to that with all teams. I think most teams now end up with one practice, end up going a day early, or they come a day early. And I would guess that probably it's because, I don't know what percentage of it, but it always felt like the second day is when all the fights started. Guys get pissy the day before, and then the night meetings, and you start huffing and puffing, and you go back the next day, and it's like, if you've seen the movie Slapshot when the Hanson brothers dropped the gloves, it's like, shit, the national anthem started, and you're already fighting. It's like, you're already telling them, be careful. I mean, so I think it's gotten to that a little bit, to where you just go one practice. We would have liked to have practiced with the Bears. It just didn't work out with them. We would have liked to have gone, we're going to go a day early and have dinner up there, but it didn't work out.
Todd, you didn't get to see a lot of
I like him answering that question about why they're only doing one of the two joint practices, just because it can kind of get chippy on that second day. Now we get into real questions where we can get some information from him. So I appreciate that. Let's catch up on the chat real quick. DG is not an NFL QB. They don't lose anything by cutting him. Man, you always need a camp arm. Look what happened last year. 2 quarterbacks got dinged up, and we needed to go sign Tyron Huntley. So Snoop Huntley. So you always need that additional quarterback there as a camp arm. Look at how quickly Atlanta had to go sign somebody. So D, I feel so good this season. I feel like once Nephew get his chance, there is no turning back. I agree with that. I feel good about the season as well. Offense for sure, there's a multitude of ways to give him the ball. I agree with that. Casey Concepcion is not getting the love I think he deserves because he's doing more of the stuff that the upside for the kid is through the roof. I agree with that. Why couldn't Green help on special teams in the meantime? His measurables could be useful. The Browns don't have a desire to move him from quarterback. So if it was like a Terrell Pryor situation and they were saying we're going to move you from quarterback to another position, then maybe. But they've stated they don't want to move him from quarterback. So it's the same reason why quarterbacks, don't play special teams in any other scenario, even if they're very athletic. So he'll just he kind of won't be able to help until he gets his throw motion changed. Best part about the drafted receivers is versatility. I agree with that. Even if he decided to be a wide receiver, it will be 2 years before he's impactful in any position, but I would be open to trade Green and swap for another QB3. Yeah, I think it's just a project that you're going to have on your team for more long term. I can't lie, I'm rooting for Myles Garrett this year to win the Super Bowl. Y'all know I appreciate what they do for the Rams and them as an organization. So when the playoffs get here, I'll look at them more. Definitely, I would not be rooting against Myles just because he's on another team, unless they play the Browns, of course. Honestly, rooting for his QB to trip and then take, and that first be a top 10. Yeah, I understand why you look at it that way. I don't want to see people get hurt. I wonder if Munkin went to the commercial shoot to see Coach Prime. I wonder if anybody would ask him about it. That's so funny about joint practices. O-line committee spoke on their podcast about there always being a fight on the second and third day. That's funny. Yeah, Aaron Donald does seem like he's on the way to coming back. I think they've been posting a lot of Boston so they can catch folks by surprise with KC. That would make sense. And KC just got the speed. One thing people don't really talk about that much with Casey Concepcion is he high points the ball also and catches away from his body. So the 50-50 ball, don't think he won't go up and attack it. Let Miles win next year, this year. Let that one be a top 10 and let them lose to Arizona. I lose to Arizona. If Shador is a 5th-round pick and is in competition battle for QB1 in his sophomore year over a 3rd-round pick, can you at least consider him a 3rd-round pick in that scenario? I can see why people would look at it that way. I just look at it. I just never really looked at him like a 5th-round pick, even though that's when he was picked. I just always viewed him higher than a 5th-round pick. Yep, I benefit the Browns. I'm anti-Ty Simpson. Said it'd be funny to see how that goes. Yeah, I don't think Ty Simpson, I don't think they want him to play this year. George Pickens will be available next season. Let's see what AB can cook up on that one. I don't know. Our room might be too crowded for George Pickens next year. If we have the upside of Casey Concepcion, Isaiah Bond, Harold Fannin, Denzel Boston, I don't know if we can add a big name like George Pickens because we have a crowded room. Casey Concepcion, I have one of the highest catching traffic rates in college. I believe it was higher than Denzel Boston. Yeah, a lot of people just talk about his speed, but they don't talk about him going up and attacking the ball out the air. We got probably 2 or 3 more minutes with the Todd Father. Let's listen.
I'm not sure any of Harold Fannin during the offseason program, but that's I'm running around last week. So how does he look for you, and do you feel like he's going to be a focal point of what you're trying to do?
Oh, yeah. Looked really good last week. And he's still a young player, still a developing player. But what a great mindset. Wants to be better, works awfully hard. You guys have seen him. One thing I didn't know that I saw last year is his yards after contact. Like, I didn't see that in Bowling Green. Maybe I didn't study hard enough. I don't know. I didn't see that. And then, man, is he hard to tackle as he develops.
The Todd Father really been watching that film because notice he said yards after contact, not yards after catch, because that means defenders can't bring you down. That is a true stat when you're looking at Harold Fannin, and we can remember the times where guys just couldn't bring him down. So he definitely been watching the tape.
Develops his route running skills. I wouldn't say he's a matchup guy yet. That's not. I think he's going to continue to develop as a blocker, but I think you get him the ball, and I think he's a hard guy to bring down. I think he's a powerful, powerful man and only going to get better.
Good. One down.
That's it. All
right. The Todd Father was ready to get up out of there. No more questions? All right, we done. Just to give y'all some information on how often we'll be able to hear, the Browns have released the first week of times that they'll be speaking, and this season the Browns are speaking before practice versus after practice. So for instance, we heard from select players starting at noon today. Todd Monken, the Todd Father, was supposed to start his press conference at 12:50. Practice is at 1:15. So if we get any clips or whatever we get, it'll be in the afternoon. Tomorrow they have the same schedule. It'll be 12 p.m. players, 12:50. Todd Father, Todd Monken, 1:15 practice. Friday stream, it'll be the same way. 12 p.m. We'll get running back coach Duke Staley, linebackers coach Jason Tarver, select players, and then Todd Monken at 12:50. So I like this format because then we can incorporate it as part of the show. So I definitely appreciate this format. And we only have this through August 2nd. So we'll see when the Browns release it for the following week. I'm excited, y'all. I'm excited for the offensive line, the run game to open up our offense. Excited for our defense, probably mix in some zone coverages along with our man-to-man where we can confuse some guys, confuse some quarterbacks. I'm excited for this season. So hopefully y'all are too. I showed y'all the stats. It's only up from here, especially on offense because the Browns offense was not good last year. We're going to do that better or worse again coming up for the Browns defense. We'll do that next week. Also, I'm going to shout out to Priya, shout out to Toolman. I'm going to put a short together of breaking down a play utilizing the fullback. I'll upload it in the back office of YouTube, see if it doesn't have a copyright restriction, and then see if I can get that out to you. I'll see what I can do. We'll work on it because it's so much teach tape if you look at Baltimore's run game and pass game last year. So that's something I work on. D, are you going live daily for the camp or just, I'm still doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm gonna still do the Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Yeah, we're gonna do our natural, normal schedule Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's how we're gonna do it. I don't think McVay wanted Simpson. I kind of hope he moves on after Stafford. I'm unreasonably against Simpson. I don't care. Hey, it's okay. You got the right and opportunity to feel how you feel. So appreciate each and every one of y'all. I'm gonna work on y'all's suggestions. We're going to be back at this thing on Friday. Enjoy the next couple of days. Hopefully we get some clips. We actually get to see some football. Shout out to Charmaine. Shout out to everybody for the jewels. I appreciate y'all. D, can you play the clip of the QB coach saying Shador sees things on the field even when he did not? Let me grab it for you. Let me see. I think I did a short. I'll see if I can find it real quick. Where the 11s. Let me look. I did a short on that. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see. I think I got it right here. Let's see.
Yeah. And I'm blown away. You know, I think Shador has really good vision of the field. So
he can
his
throw that
vision
deep ball.
with his work ethic has been good to see. You know,
if there's a person who says Shador can't read the field, doesn't know what he's looking at, that person name doesn't need to be said, and I don't need to acknowledge what they say about football. We have the quarterback coach who is working with Shador closely. Even in the moment, I don't realize that he is making the right decision. When I go back and look at the film, he made the right decision.
Yeah.
And I'm blown away. You know, I think Shador has really good vision of the field. So
he can
his
throw that
vision
deep ball.
with his work ethic has been.
So there it goes. There it goes right there. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. This has been another great show. I will see y'all on Wednesday. Peace, everybody. I'll see y'all on Friday. Peace, everybody.